Yeah, it's time to talk. You talk to me. You talk to you. Yeah, you wanna talk to me. I talk to you. It's time for the late night boxing talks. Yeah, yo. Yesterday was crazy. I did a live space. I did a live space. Let me post a link to the people on Twitter just in case my buddy Kevin wants to try to crash the party again. So I did a space yesterday, and y'all know that I don't really do the Twitter spaces too often. And this huge David Benavidez fan drops by, and he starts to try to do the propaganda thing and is immediately canceled. Canceled in the sense that, I guess he thought he could commandeer the space by, just being very overbearing. That didn't go well for him. For those that want to catch that space, it's posted to the Twitter page. Sawab, what it do? Juan, what it do? Jay Flint, Ray, what it do? Divine Valley in the building. Carlos in the building. We out here. One of the first things I wanted to talk about is and I had a lot of conversations about this behind the scenes with different people. I won't name them, because just I don't want to oust them, you know what I mean? Out them. But we were talking about Clarissa's recent fight with Danielle Perkins and how it's getting a bit ridiculous. And if what you're trying to do is make her the greatest woman of all times, then you're lowering the bar of standard for every other woman who's ever laced them up, because the reality of those divisions is there's no one in them. You're not elevating her to that position for any other reason than your own tribalism. That's it. And you want the whole world to play along with this thing, but it's not working, because there's a standard. There's a higher standard of difficulty at the lower weights, and there are other fighters who meet that standard. Even if they don't pick up as many vacant titles as Clarissa, they do fight the best fighters who are better fighters than the fighters that you find at those heavier weights, where there aren't even that many girls. And that's not even saying that Clarissa isn't one of the best out there today. I would never take that from her. I do think she's one of the best pound for pound, and definitely in the top 5. But I would not say she's the greatest woman of all times. No, absolutely not. Certainly not for fighting a 5-0 novice who's 42 years old and never even fought in a 10-rounder before last Sunday. This is all you need to be. This is all you need to go through to be the greatest woman of all times, or pound for pound number 1 among the women. Then you're lowering the bar of standard for all of them if you do that, because titles are easier to unify when nobody's holding them. You don't even have to negotiate with anybody because nobody's holding them. You don't have to go through a gauntlet of champions, all of which have different base styles and different things that they bring to the table, the same as the men. It's not different that, you could think that she's a great fighter. I think she's a great fighter, even though I don't like her as a person. But this DA quote thing has got to stop. Like, no, you're not the greatest woman of all times. And no matter what vocal cult, because it's really only a small cluster of people that try to do this, and they mostly exist online. They don't seem to exist in the real world. When I was watching the broadcast, I couldn't even ignore how many empty seats I saw. They shouldn't have even included that in the broadcast. Shout out to Santiago. I'm Mexican, but ¿qué onda, manín? Hey, manín. Yeah. And one of the craziest things is, I think about Cecilia Brækhus, and I brought this up as a talking point the other day, that Cecilia Brækhus reigned as a champion for a long time. And she reigned as an undisputed champion for a long time. And she had a grand total. This was across like years. She had a grand total of 24 successful title defenses. 24, came very close to breaking Joe Louis's record. And it was some years before she was even accepted as the number 1 pound for pound woman fighter in the sport. That took a while. It didn't happen right away, so that we could turn around and so willy-nilly give it to Clarissa for picking up titles that literally no one is holding. You're lowering the whole sport if you do that, the whole bar. But at the end of the day, we also know what's behind that. We know that it doesn't actually have a ton to do with boxing, with these very adamant individuals that propagate this, Let me go to a tweet. Go to a tweet. It was a guy who goes by the name Corey Rapix who said, if Jake Paul fought at heavyweight against a 5-0 42-year-old with an identical resume to Danielle Perkins, everyone would clown him for picking bums. When Clarissa Shields does it, the virtue signalers come out and go at anyone that doesn't consider it a historical achievement. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Clarissa fighting Danielle Perkins really is not that different than Jake Paul fighting Tommy Fury, but nobody thought that him fighting Tommy Fury was a historical achievement because they know what caliber of fighter Tommy is. So why do they pretend to not know what kind of fighter Danielle Perkins is? Shout out to Mando Solo. If Canelo fights Paul, he's bad admitting he ducked. Benavidez fan. Well, I'll have you know that it turns out all the Jake Paul shit was fake. Come to find out, that wasn't real. Come to find out. I found out the day after. But you're going to be mad anyway, so I don't know why you're pretending it's about Jake Paul. You're going to be mad anyway. You know? Y'all on that Benavidez train, which is going to get derailed. You know? Yeah. Shout out to LS Legend, Slide, Bobby Light. Yeah, I heard, Bobby. I didn't know if that shit was real or not. That Irv Gotti passed away of a stroke. And I Googled the shit to see if the shit was real. And it says that he was struggling with diabetes for a while. And apparently he died of a stroke. It's crazy because 50 something doesn't seem old. That doesn't seem old to me. If I hear that a guy's 70, 80, I think, okay, that guy lived a full life and that guy was up there in age. But 50 something, that doesn't seem old, man. I think he was either 54 or 57. And, it just reminds you of our mortality, that we're only human, that Irv Gotti, if you're in my age group, then you'll be familiar with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. and Vita and Black Child and Ja Rule and just that entire squad. You probably grew up in the era when they were making music. So to be alive after his, time has passed, it does remind you about your mortality, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I know that I Googled it and there are reports out there that say that, yeah, he passed away, and that's messed up. I don't wish that on him, but that was what I saw, that it said he struggled with diabetes for a while and he suffered a stroke. For those that don't know, just a little tip for us older folks. A part of the reason that I've been, lifting weights a lot, it's not necessarily for the aesthetic. I'm married. Who gives a shit about, having big muscles, even though, it's good for stuff. But I did it because, men generally start to lose muscle mass at around age 35. They lose 1 to 3% every year after that, unless they do something to counteract it. And it just so happens that muscle tissue, muscle mass, helps in regulating sugar levels because the muscles store the sugar and use it as fuel later on, which helps to combat diabetes for those who may be pre-diabetic or diabetic or just want to keep some semblance of health. If that's something that you're thinking about as you're getting older, like I'm getting older, yeah, I lift weights all the time. And it doesn't even have to be super duper heavy because there's a difference between strength training for performance and hypertrophy training to build muscle mass. They're just they're different. The rep ranges are different and what you're doing is different. It's all about the intention. So for anybody who, you hear that stuff and you get a little bit nervous and you wonder what should you do so that maybe you can have a little bit more time, strength training, hypertrophy training is good for combating and or preventing diabetes because it helps to regulate sugar levels. The muscles store the sugar, use it as fuel. They actually use it for something, which will help with insulin resistance. Not David fan, but hurt Canelo is on BS lately. No, you're just a David Benavidez fan, bro. Nobody was even talking about David, and that's the first shit you brought up. So who are you trying to kid? Y'all dudes want to have an audience with everybody so y'all can argue about shit that nobody care about. David is at one motherfucking 75. He's the mandatory challenger to better be even be, Vol, whoever wins, and you still sitting here talking about fucking Canelo. Because you don't want him to fight the winner of that fight. It's very fucking simple. Otherwise, we would not be talking about no motherfucking Canelo still. If David already said Canelo don't want to fight me, and I'm moving on, and then he moves up to 175, if you still talking about Canelo and so is he, it's because y'all want no problems with them people, bro. All right, Professor Jules. Nah, I'm dead ass. If you up there in age like me and you want to know what you can do to better improve your range of motion and your health and maybe prevent diabetes and things like that, hypertrophy training is actually good for preventing diabetes. It actually is, because it stores the sugar and uses it as fuel, as opposed to just gorging until your ticker gives out. It's sad to hear that. Like, it's all, we lost, who was it? I think we lost Carl Weathers last year. We lost Carl Weathers. We lost Candyman. And it does bother you as you get older that the people that you used to see on your screen and movies and film and music, it reminds you of your mortality. So if you want to have a little bit more time, that's just something you can do. Take better care of yourself. And it's not about crazy routines, these crazy routines that you see on Instagram, these very complicated exercise regimens. It's not about none of that. The basics work just fine. The basics. And the real trick is the consistency. The most important thing is the consistency. You can do an exercise with poor form. So long as you do it consistently, you'll still make some gains. Now, obviously, if you do it with better form, you'll make better gains. But the basic idea is the consistency is the secret weapon more than anything and everything else. If you're doing a little bit a day, it all adds up in the end. Shout out to my man Peter Puritan. Oh, strength training, forget about it, bro. Strength training, when we're talking about strength training, which is different than hypertrophy training, it's not just good for some muscle growth, but it's also good for bone density, which we all know old people tend to lose as they get older. You tend to lose bone density. But one way that you can combat that is your deadlifts, your squats, your bench. These are things, because strength training is different than just trying to make your delts bigger. For example, if you do side raises for your delts and front raises, right? Those are not strength training exercises. Those are really hypertrophy exercises, and those are really isolation exercises. Whereas your strength exercises, that's your deadlift, that's your bench, that's your squat, and they help to fight a lot of things too. So like I said, as you get older, every little bit you do a day, it goes a long way, because it adds up over time, and you achieve better homeostasis for the things that you're eating, the sugars that you're taking in, and the salt and all those different things. You actually, by doing these things, you find use for those food sources, as opposed to just gorging and gorging and gorging until you look like Johnny Fisher's dad. God bless him. Hopefully one day he decides he's going to hit the treadmill, because that's just not healthy. And even worse, that he's reveling in the fame that he's amassed for being it the way that he is, so he has no incentive to change then. When people are cheering you on for being morbidly obese and carrying around a bucket of chicken, well, you're going to think you're doing something right, and it's a ticking time bomb. At the end of the day, all anybody on this planet really wants is more time. So if you want to have more time, you got to do certain stuff, If Irv is really out of here, that's sad, bro. That is sad. Because I don't really consider 50 something old. I don't really consider
No,
that
that's
old.
young, especially with modern day technology. We really have technology that will keep you, and medicine that will keep you alive up to like 100 at this rate now. So it's like if you're dying in your 60s, you're doing like if you're in bad health in your 60s, you're doing something wrong.
It's
Um,
murder.
It's
Blood
fucked
pressure,
up, is
your
what it
diet,
is.
you're not working out
Well, they
enough.
said they said he died of a stroke, and I don't really understand strokes. I still don't. I would need somebody to explain that to me, or just read up on it a little more, because I don't really
Blood
understand stroke.
clots,
That's what that is?
Yeah, it can happen. Yo, do you know what's fucking nuts? I literally could have got one because you know those massage guns.
Yeah.
I didn't know you're not supposed to be using those on your neck,
On
but
your
I
neck.
I was using that shit on my neck for at least like 2 months, and when it does that, you're popping vessels in your neck when you're using it on your neck, and you can actually develop a blood clot through that shit, bro. I didn't
Wow.
know
I
that. It's
would
a
say.
no. I didn't know that.
I mean, I would say that just for people, because blood clots are something like if a stroke is a blood clot, then I would imagine that having blood that moves around the body easier and less platelets forming together and making those clumps, those clots. A garlic rich diet can help with that. But there is a caveat. A garlic rich diet or a diet rich in cayenne pepper, that if you use cayenne pepper as a supplement to battle bacteria and thin out your blood a little bit so that it moves around easier, the caveat is when you get cut, you bleed more because your platelets won't form as easily. So it's a caveat. But for anybody that's worried about those things, that's just a little something else that you can do. That, yeah, if you have a garlic rich diet, if you can eat it and you don't have acid reflux or things like that, garlic is
Just
actually a
eat
really
right
good
and work
supplement.
out. Eat right. Make sure you have a good cardiovascular, ability.
Yeah.
Cardio 2 times a week. Weightlifting three. That's all
Yeah.
you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, like it doesn't like people.
Minimum.
I think that the fitness industry almost scares people away from how complicated they make it sound when you know that the basics work just fine. You
This is
really
work.
don't need the craziest exercises to get your bicep a little bigger, to get your tricep. The basics work. You just have to do them consistently. That's literally it. Just be
That's
consistent
all it is.
and it'll work.
If anybody wants his workout in chat, I lost 100 pounds. Is just doing this 20-minute hit workout every day for 11 months, and in 11 months I lost 100 pounds. I could put it in the chat if anybody wants it, but it's just a 20-minute. It covers everything. It's like a circuit, like a workout, but it's like you go for 45 seconds and then you have a 15-second break for 20 minutes, and you do various workouts. It's good, bro. Like just but you just have to be consistent. And I dieted. Like I wasn't. It's just not all the workout. It's I would honestly say it's 90% diet than working out.
I
It
no, I
really.
agree with you because that's where the problem begins is with, how often are you taking in all this shit and what are you doing with the shit? Because the food at the end of the day is intended to be fuel, but what are you
Yeah.
fueling? High speed couch? High speed beanbag? What we doing?
Exactly.
Shout out to Pedro. Mile S on the miles on the odometer. Stroke is a lack of oxygen to the cabeza. Heart attack, lack to corazón. Wow, man. Yeah, that shit is scary, man. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. When Carl Weathers died, I was, because I'm old. I grew up watching
Yeah.
Carl. When he died, I was sad, bro. I
Yeah,
really
but he
was
died in
sad.
his late. What was it? Late 70s.
No, I know. It's just, it's still,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, damn, that's Action Jackson, bro. That's Apollo. That's Dylan, you
That's
son
Dylan.
of a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
that's the age I'd like to go. I think 70,
Man, listen,
75,
man. I'm trying to be here
80,
forever, bro. I'm trying to be here
80.
forever, for real. Look at the guy who played Winston. Guy looks fantastic, bro. On Ghostbusters, he's like 80 something, bro, but he's full. He's not thinned out like Clint Eastwood. That when the old people they get old, they get really thin because they kind of just lose their appetite. If you look at the dude that played Winston, yo, he's still cacked in all of that, swole, and he don't even got wrinkles like that. You know what I mean? And he said he works out. That they asked him like, "Yo, how do you look like this?" Dude works out. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if he's on TRT too, but I recommend it for men that get
At
that age.
45 and up, that's when you start. You can do it. It's healthy. It's okay for you. But past 45, nothing before that.
Yeah, nothing
Maybe
before that
40.
because
Maybe 40. Maybe
I
40.
mean it depends on where you at, but you're right that there are some people that they might need it earlier than others. But yeah, generally speaking, if you're like 50, 60, yeah, go ahead, TRT up, bro. Go ahead. You got to replace
Yeah.
that shit with something, dog.
Some of the young guys are doing this shit now. I have my friend's friend is doing that shit. I'm just like, why? Like, it's
They
my
want
age.
to
These guys are
they
my
wa-
age. I'm just like, yo,
they
calm
want to
down, bro.
fast track, bro. They just want to be
Bro,
fast
you
track to the
for
muscles and shit, bro.
for the pussy, bro. Like, you can't be telling me you value pussy that much.
No, I mean pussy is it's like pussy is what drives us, bro. Pussy is the
No, I
source.
know that, Jules, but it's like, bro, you're willing to sack, like, yo, that's just not worth it. It's not that hard, is what I mean. It's like
No,
I've
I
never
agree. No,
struggled
listen,
that
bro,
badly,
bro,
bro.
listen.
It's not that hard to get that
You
shit.
shouldn't be taking TRT or nothing for no motherfucking pussy. Like, it's just that it is the great motivator. That, come
No,
on, dog. Like,
100%. That's why
you
we all get in shape. Of
know what I'm
course, we want
saying?
bitches
Shit,
and shit like that. But it
everybody
shouldn't
wants some
be.
pussy,
But you
dog.
should
Shit.
never go to extremes to get pussies. That's my
I
point.
agree with that. Like, you should never sell yourself short. You should never compromise or make huge sacrifice. It's just pussy, bro. There's plenty of it around. You know, you just
It's
gotta.
everywhere, bro.
It's
It's
everywhere, bro.
everywhere.
But it is the great motivator. Like, I'd be lying to you if I told you that. Come on, dog. When we were teenagers, you wake up every day wanting some pussy. Every
Yeah,
fucking day,
I
dog.
wake up now every day. Pussy.
Sometimes I want a gyro. Other times I want some pussy. Pedro said, Bill Withers here though ain't sunshine when she's gone.
Oh yeah,
Hey
he passed
man,
away in 2020.
that's crazy, bro. You talking about
Bill
who?
Withers. Bill
He died.
Withers.
Damn, dog. Tyree said, "Walk. I live by 5-5 over community. They walk daily. That's another
Oh yeah,
thing.
walk
Walking.
10,000 steps a day. You need that.
You know, I don't get to walk that much. I don't really do much walking, but I do a lot of pull-ups, and that makes my heart race. You know, I
Then
try
go
to.
walk, bro.
No,
Do a
it's just that. No,
relay and
no,
then
no,
go
it's
walk.
not that. It's just that based on how my day breaks down, there's not a lot of room for walking. I might incorporate it when I beef up a little more. I might, but the way I get my heart racing is to do pull-ups. Because I mean, like honestly, if you can do a couple of pull-ups, then you're all right. If you can do a couple of pull-ups, some chin-ups, some pull-ups, and some neutral grip, and I do those periodically. And if you can do those, you know, if you can do 12, 15, yeah, you right. And then I hit the bench right after that. You know, so that gets my heart racing, keeps it working. You know what I mean? Because you got to do shit, man. You know, time is after us all, bro. That's fucked up if he really died, though. That's fucked up.
Who? Bill Withers?
No, fucking Irv Gotti. You didn't hear?
I don't know who that is. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's the Murder Inc. dude. That's that dude. The dude that said he fucked Ashanti, like the lame dude. But you know, I mean,
Oh yeah, that dude.
yeah, they said the dude
He
had a
lied about
fucking.
fucking
They said the
Ashanti.
dude. No, I mean he probably did fuck her back then because she was rocking with him. So he probably did fuck her. It's just lame to be talking about some pussy from like 20
30
years
Ten
years.
ago,
thousand
bro.
years ago,
Shit.
bro.
Could you imagine if I did that? What would I be talking about? Like college bitches and shit? Like talking about bitches you fucked 20 years ago? Come on, bro. That's fucking crazy. Like you
Ain't
better.
she's still with Nelly, right? Some shit.
Yeah, they about to have a kid.
Oh shit. What? She's old.
Yeah,
But
bro.
when
You just said it, bro. Technology is different now. Where remember
It's
she
still
can.
dangerous.
No, it's dangerous if you're gonna give birth. It is dangerous. Like there's a higher risk of preeclampsia for those that don't know, and preeclampsia could cause you to miscarry. It could cause your extremities
Children
to
that
swell. It's not that there aren't risks, right? There are risks, but generally speaking, for an older person, it's a lot more viable now than it used to be. You know, you could have a C-section if you don't want to endure childbirth
Mhm.
and the pain of that. Have a C-section, and there are ways to preemptively prepare for what could be preeclampsia.
Actually, you know what? I actually just remembered my aunt literally had the kids at 40. She had two back to back,
Yeah,
both
you can.
years.
I mean, like you can, like your overall health, like anything else, your overall health does tie into it. And you see that fucking woman, dog. She's in fucking shape, bro. Like, Mike, she looks.
She look good.
Honest,
She look
Oh,
good.
she look
it's
good.
Her
fucking
and Maya,
She
ridiculous,
look,
dog.
fine.
her and Maya
look
look
good.
good. But like R.I.P. to Irv, bro.
Did he really die,
Man,
yo?
yeah, they took
Yeah,
him
I'm
off of
seeing
life
it. Yeah,
support,
I'm
bro.
looking at it. Irv
They took
Gotti
him off
dead.
life support,
Music
man.
mogul.
Baller report said that, yo, bro. Everybody that we saw on Rap City, on 106 in Park, because Jules, you have more of an affinity to them because you grew up with them. I caught
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
tail
but
end of
Free
the
ain't dead. AJ and Free ain't passed away. Free's
no,
still
I'm
out
just
here.
talking. I'm talking about like certain people, like DMX, like Irv Gotti. Like, yo, my childhood is dying, bro, and I don't like that, B. I don't like that at all.
54.
Yeah,
That's young, bro. That's
yeah,
not
that's
good.
young.
54,
Honestly,
bro. I
that
don't
is
like
young.
that,
It's
man.
that
I
American
remember
food,
watching
bro.
Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, and all of them.
Yeah,
Say
but
whatever
they
you
said,
want, man.
yo, you trying to tell a whole goddamn story, dog. Like, relax.
I'll let the story, bro.
They said he was battling diabetes. I don't really
Yeah.
understand the relationship between diabetes and stroke. If somebody could explain that to me, because diabetes is still kind of a mystery to me. I don't
Now,
really understand it.
No,
I just know it pertains to insulin resistance.
Diabetes fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Mm,
Your cardiovascular system, your nervous system, everything with the pass of time. If you're not properly treated,
mm,
Y-
mm,
you're gonna be fine when if you have diabetes, even the type 2 that is just insulin resistance, you're gonna be fine for in your 20s and your 30s, but after your 50s, you're gonna feel it. My
mm,
grandma has diabetes type 2, and she's all fucked up.
mm,
And in the nerves, she is in pain constantly
mm.
That
because
sucks.
the too much insulin in your system start fucking up your nerves,
Yeah,
your
because I
nervous system.
think that's what I understand. That's the bit of it I understand, that basically you become resistant to the insulin that regulates your sugar levels, so they're not regulated. It's something like that. I just don't. What I didn't really understand is, okay, how does that throw everything out of whack, and what ends up getting thrown out of whack? Because what I see is what I've always associated with diabetes in my own mind is a lot of people that I see that are overweight. That, well, you could stand to lose some weight, but there are thin people that have
No, so
diabetes.
yeah,
I've seen.
I was just gonna say, yeah, people. Yo, my cousin got it at 14, and she's not fat. She's got
Wow.
it. But also,
No, I knew a stripper.
my family has a history of diabetes. That's probably why.
I knew a stripper when I was in my early
Oh
20s. I
my
was
god,
doing a no, I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. I knew a stripper. She was fucking gorgeous, by the way.
they usually are.
Um, and she, like, yeah, she's fucking. Oh my god. But her breath
What?
always, no, her breath always smelled like fruit because of the diabetes. She had the one where she has to get the shots, and if you talk to her or
Like
Type
whatever,
type
ketones.
one, type one.
she
That's
had, yeah,
type one.
her breath always smelled like fruit, and
Just suck
she
your dick
told
and make your
me,
dick smell like strawberries.
fucking amazing. But the point
That's the
is,
diabetes, right?
yeah, and the point is that it's like disease was always a bit of a mystery to me because I didn't really understand it. I understand the other ones better than that one, and now that I'm getting older, I do a lot of reading or whatever. That if you don't want to get this shit when you get older, especially if you're monitoring your sugar consumption, which I am because I drink a lot of coffee and milk. That's my guilty pleasure, is the coffee with milk and 4 or 5 sugars. One of the best things you can do, honestly, is start hypertrophy training in your 40s, because that helps to regulate the sugar levels. Muscle mass, muscle tissue stores that sugar and uses it as fuel, so you can literally fight off diabetes by doing that. So just
You
something
don't
I
Yeah,
drink
want
your
you,
Bustelo. You don't drink your Bustelo dark. I drink my shit dark, bro.
to do with milk, bro. Always drink my shit with milk. Always,
Yeah,
Nah,
always.
but
I drink
Jules,
my shit dark as fuck,
you
son.
gotta, you gotta stop that cigarette shit, bro. You
Oh
gotta
yeah, I
stop
know.
that
I know.
shit.
No, no. I mean, like
And
it's.
That's a fact,
you know
bro.
that affects your muscle growth, right? It cuts it in half. Swear to
I
God,
don't
look
listen.
it up.
Honest to God, I don't doubt that it does, and I want this. I do want this to be the year that I kick it. I don't. I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna do this, but I do want this to be the year that I kick it. I actually do, because you get
Jules, I
older, man.
Keep your hands busy, bro. Maybe start boxing, start hitting the bag, go to the
I'm
gym.
fucking 42, dog. I don't want to box
Yeah, you
shit.
could do it. Shut up. I see people in my gym go. They're 40.
Fucking
yo, Jules, I
They're,
gotta
42,
they're
ask
older
dog.
you,
than you, bro.
We
how
just
Shut
seen.
up.
how long you been smoking the bogeys though, for real?
A long time, too long.
High
Jesus
school, right?
fuck.
Mm-hmm. That's where it started.
Yeah. So
Damn.
it's probably gonna be tough, but like, just keep your hands busy, bro.
It's psychological. With me, it's psychological. I came very close to kicking it years ago. I came very, very close, but too much shit started happening, and stress. That
Yeah.
because smoking is a coping mechanism, and there was a lot of things happening at that time.
I
So
feel you.
I ended up going back to the shit.
Have you
And
tried
that,
these?
say it again.
Have you tried the electronic cigarettes? The vapes?
No, you know that I heard
No,
those
that's the
shits aren't any
same
better.
thing.
no, no,
Those shits
don't
are
do
worse.
vapes.
Those things are worse.
Yep.
Those shits are actually worse for your health.
I gotta kick that fucking habit,
They
man.
will literally they'll flood your lungs with like fluid eventually once you get like really hooked on them. Some people have to fucking go through like crazy ass surgeries. I saw this guy that had this one condition where his tongue is permanently dehydrated, and for him to eat, he has to
Wow.
apply this liquid on his tongue for him to eat anything before he's
Wow.
able to like eat. That's fucked, bro. Them
Yeah,
shits
life
are.
is. Listen, man, life is fucking precious. That's why you gotta enjoy that
And
shit,
that
bro.
guy is fucking
Fact.
24. He has to do that for the rest of his life.
Life is
Oh,
fucking
Damn.
precious, bro. You gotta like, for and it's a cliche, but you really do have to appreciate shit that it's like, yeah, dog, like if you can do something, do something. Cause the
Do it,
Irv is
man.
54 is not old, bro. It's not
54 is
old. Like
young, bro.
No.
it's not
54 is
old,
young.
bro.
And he did a lot within those 54 years, bro. But 54, and mind you, Irv wasn't someone who was morbidly obese or big like that for real, for real. Like you can understand like someone who's like 400, 500 pounds, 300 pounds even, and who
Yeah,
doesn't really
but you
work
could
out
see
like
you
that.
could see on Irv, because Irv did interviews and shit like that, and you could see on Irv that most of the size that you got is literally lipids because he had chicken wing shoulders but a spare tire, and it's like you could kind of tell that like if ain't no kind of definition coming out at all, right? No kind of definition in the delta, the pec. That means that most of the size you have is literally fat that you're carrying around because it's not muscle tissue, it's just fat that's hanging off of you. You got to lose that shit.
Yeah, man. Honestly, for anybody who wants to get in shape, depending how big you are, most people are not like fucking 300 pounds. So
Nah.
it's like, it's really just, I would honestly say I would say 6 to 8 months of consistency, bro. For
Honestly,
most people to
yes.
get just 6 to 8 months, and then after that, it turns into a lifestyle.
it
Fit,
That's a
does.
fact.
the
Yeah.
fitness
That's a whole
industry,
fact.
I think that the fitness industry does more to scare people away when they tell you and I told this story before. I had a friend, he did like a 7-year bid. He comes out, he's a fucking giant, right? And I
Mm.
wondered, because he was very thin when he went in. He was very thin. And I asked him, like, y'all don't got protein powder in there or nothing, right? He's like, nah. And that's when it dawned on me, you don't need protein or creatine to put on size. Like it's like it didn't click that these things that are normalized by the fitness industry, they almost make you feel like you need them when no, you don't. You
When
need
you
to
up
eat.
north though, or when you up north though, all you got really is high salty foods, a lot of push-ups, going gun for gun, buck 50s.
Yeah,
That's gonna
but
make you
that's
strong.
yeah, but that's saying that the act of building and developing that muscle tissue is not contingent upon the usage of supplements, that you can achieve it all really without supplements. Because
You-
think about it, you up north, you really don't get to eat whenever you feel like. The way these people out here that they'll go buy a pack of chicken and a salmon and a bunch of this and a cottage cheese and all that. Yeah, you up north, you eating really when they telling you to eat, really. And
You
if you
eating
could
terrible food, bro. You
and
eating
you eating
terrible
garbage
food.
at that. So the idea that's when it clicked for me to like, oh, wait a minute. So a lot of this fitness industry shit is really bullshit. Cause yeah, motherfucker get home cacked as fuck. And what you
No,
really up there eating? B ramen noodles?
no,
I
go ahead, Lou.
no, I'm gonna say this that I I knew someone from college. This guy wanted to be a police officer, but he he didn't pass the test because he was too short, he was too thin, and he was actually training for to be a personal trainer, I think you call it,
Mm-hmm.
working out every day, and he was very thin. He was in shape, but he was thin.
Mm.
Then he moved up to another city, and 1 year later, he was huge. He was on the
Mm.
gear. It was clear. But that case, yeah, maybe if you wanted to be big, that was the only option because your body didn't allow you to gain muscle in the way you
And,
wanted.
and and I'll tell
But
you something.
but
No,
but
go ahead, go ahead.
but to your point, Julius, the fitness industry trying to convince everyone that they're that case, and that's a real case. Most of the people they're gonna they're gonna gain muscle with the pass of time if you are consistent.
I'll tell you this. The way I think the fitness industry convinces people, what you said is true. But I think that people have a misconception about how long it takes, and that's the biggest part of the problem. I honestly think you're like, yeah, if you're thinking that after a month or even 6 months, you'll start to see noticeable changes at 6 months. If you're really talking about trying to transform, Brody, you gotta wait a year. You gotta do your thing, yeah, for a
Uh,
year. If no, wait a minute. If you want to speed it up, if you have the time, because you're talking about people that are balancing work and school with trying to get on a regimen that will see them gain substantial size. It doesn't happen overnight, Brody. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
If you want to speed it up, you can bulk. You know, if you have the money for that, for the amount of food you're gonna have to take in and the
Yeah,
frequency
that's
of
also-
meals. Yeah, if you have the time and the money and the food, yeah. But for the average Joe Blow, listen, Brody, just do your thing for a year and try not to mind it, because a watch pot never boils. You got to give yourself a year.
I always had a feeling that the fitness industry was very, very sketchy, because not the stuff they tell you is a bunch of pre-recorded videos locked behind a paywall, and it's never simple exercise.
Oh yeah.
It's some weird complication.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they sell it as if you can see results in a few months and boom, it solves a problem, but they know like those people will see the results in a few months, stop exercising because they got the results, then they'll get back to where they were, and then they'll pay again. That's why they don't tell them to keep consistent overall.
Or they make you think, that the secret to unlocking, and I'm just telling y'all, like I'm telling you, it's so much more simple than they make it seem. And you know, obviously, this is something I learned trial and error when I was in my late 20s. That it's none of what they're saying. It's literally consistency. You can literally do an exercise wrong. As long as you do it consistently, you will still make gains. Now, if you do it with better form, you make better gains, but everything boils down to consistency. That's literally it. Like, yeah, you just got to keep doing it, bro. Honestly, that's it. That's the secret. Keep doing it. You know, shout out to motherfucking ASVP. Never pick up a vape. Much worse than cigarettes.
They
Shout out to
are.
ASVP again.
It's nicotine
Also,
plus-
that trailer, yo, dog, I love that trailer. I felt that shit. Like, I felt like a kid again.
What?
For which one?
Fantastic Four trailer, bro. I loved it. Like,
No, but don't be fooled, because let me tell you something. MCU is good at making trailers.
yeah,
That's
but Kevin,
the specialty.
my dude, I know, but Kevin Feige is back.
He's
That
always
matters.
been gone.
Kevin Feige, you mean?
I say Feige. Like,
I say
no,
Feige.
No, he's always been there, bro.
He's always been there.
He's
I don't
been
know,
there
bro. I
forever.
don't
He's the
know.
guy running
Can
this
I say
shit.
this? Let me say this. I'll be real. The last 3 years of MCU have been mierda, and I have
And
not
he's been
nothing.
there. That's been him.
Yeah, but nothing. All right, I'll say nothing that they were putting out. Honestly, really made me pay attention the way that I used to. This is the first time in a long time that I was excited about something I saw, and I got a good feeling about this one. I do.
I
I
don't
got a
want
good
you to
feeling.
be disappointed, bro. I'm telling you, I've been that way. They're good at making trailers. I have to wait to see the movie.
I'm going to see that movie. Shout out to Mr. Q. To please my girl, I try Chimpix pill and make me stop after 18 years. What's
What?
Chimpix?
Is that like
I
honey
think
pack?
Yo, that's the Ray Liotta shit.
Is that like honey pack?
No, that's the
No,
Ray Liotta. Chimpix. Y'all remember the Ray Liotta shit? God
Yeah,
bless
I
the dead
remember. I
Ray
remember.
Liotta.
I remember.
Fucking
That shit just
Chimpix.
popped right back into my
Make me
mind.
stop.
The
I think
fucking
that deals with
Chimpix.
I think that deals with nicotine, suppression. And smoking vape is like, smoking nicotine and battery acid. You want to do that shit?
Yeah, that shit
No,
goes. That
no.
shit is literally pure
No, but
chemicals going
Julius,
right to your
what
lungs.
he's saying is basically that the best way to quit cigarettes is go into psychiatric drugs, because that's what they are. And look, every psychiatric drug has its side effects, especially if you're using it a lot for a lot of greater period of time. But to be honest, anything is going to be way better than actually smoking a cigarette.
Man, I
Yo,
ain't
bro,
go.
do heroin. Do
I
heroin.
ain't,
Do heroin.
No, I was gonna say, I know some people whenever they want to quit, seriously, they go to their doctor, then the doctor recommends like the pouch and shit like that. Oh, but you're in the US. I know that shit costs like $1 million. Never
Nah, it
mind.
ain't
Fuck
even
that
that.
shit.
Like I could buy a patch. I just know that I'll put it this way. I'm like, I know a lot of people say this shit, right? That they're creatures of habit, not like me. And it's not a patch. I just got to turn it into a habit, not doing it. Once I turn it into a
Yeah.
habit, because I'm literally like, I could turn anything into
Create
a
a
fucking
new
habit.
hobby. Create a new op.
Yeah,
Just
Hey,
like
hey Jules,
because I know
the
you got to
the
keep your hands busy with that shit.
the
It's
guy
not
who
bad
sent
though.
you
Real talk.
the guy who sent you the super chat, it says that it's a pill that makes you like the taste less and less. That's what he said in the comment section.
Oh, really?
maybe I'll try because I remember
Try
Ray
that
Liotta.
shit.
There was like a running joke with Ray Liotta, and it was like fucking Champix. I was like, yo, that shit was
But
crazy.
isn't
God
that
bless his
like
dad. No, yeah,
the
that's what it was for, though. That is what it was for. The fucking but somebody did a parody of it, and it's like the parody of the shit got more popular than the actual pill that they were selling or whatever. Fucking Champix. Yeah, man, that shit is sad about herb though, dog. Like it's alarming, but it's like, yeah, Americans are very unhealthy. And like I said, when I would look at herb, that was a skinny fat dude. That's a dude that really don't got a lot of muscle, and most of the size he got, even though he up there 2 and change or whatever it is, that 2 and change is straight lipids, bro. It's not muscle tissue, it's just lipids. So like, you gotta do what you gotta do because 54 is
You're
young.
using the smart technical term of fat. Just say fat, bro. Now you want to make
Nah,
fun of
cause
me?
I'm smarter than everybody, bro. You know that shit, and I'm elitist.
I use big words. You always on my case. Fuck out of here, dog.
I love the big words, bro. Shout out the big words. Fucking
Yo, yo, I
Teofimo
put,
and Hitchens, man.
I got Teofimo losing.
If they fight, if they
that
act,
shit's not happening,
yeah,
man.
but my question is, if that shit don't happen, what does? What, you go back to Top Rank and don't fucking do nothing?
He's a clown.
Maybe
He goes back to
Pure
being
is
homeless.
that much of a writer, so that's in the realm of possibility. Him not fighting the next 6 months or something like that.
I mean, I ain't even broken up about it, but it's like the dude is so dumb, bro, that he told on himself
Oh my
yesterday.
god.
He's
Yeah.
so like he's dumb. Like, so you saying that $80,000 threshold, 80,000 pay-per-views for you to get a bonus, and 100,000 for there to be an upside, and you walked away from that. All you telling everybody is even you know you don't sell like that, because those are
You
not big
don't.
benchmarks. Those are not big benchmarks, bro.
Oh wait, are you talking about the thing that he posted on Twitter?
But when is
Yeah,
where is the Teofimo fan base? I've never seen them, bro. So all
bro.
this money that he wants, who's gonna pay for this shit though?
I
Re,
don't know.
re,
I've
Every time he
never
tries to
seen
like
the
make
only
his case,
Teofimo fan base I've seen is Marv. That's it. That guy
Nah,
on
I mean,
Twitter.
he got dudes that fuck with him. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of them dudes. Like, come on, be real. It's not a lot of them
You can't
dudes.
sell out the
I have
Hulu
I have
theater.
a question regarding that. That like if that fight were to happen, the question is, do you think Tio did bring up a point that the fight should have taken place in New York over Vegas?
No, I do think he brought up a good point that, yeah, if you fighting a Puerto Rican fighter, then you definitely should be fighting him in New York. Obviously, like, I agree with
That's
him on
fair.
that. I agree with him on that, but you the one that said you the only star that Top Rank has, bro. This is all based. My reaction to what you did is all based on what you said before that, because you set the stage. If you don't think you could sell more than 100,000 pay-per-views, you're not a fucking star, bro. It's very
wait,
simple.
but
Vegas
Jules,
to New York. Vegas. No, see, because that pertains to the gate anyway. That's the first thing. That just pertains to the gate when you talk about the location of the fight. But if you saying you a star, and he does, he said it more than once. Brody, how you a star that can't sell more than 100,000 pay-per-views? How you a star?
It, it's funny because I was looking at the Hulu theater, right? The capacity. I didn't realize that it's 5,600.
Yeah.
Like the capacity, I was like, my freaking local stadium is bigger than that shit.
Te lo estoy diciendo, and somebody told me that he played the big room once. I don't, what was it, the Comey fight? But most of
yeah,
Teofimo's fights in New York, most of them, they was in the Hulu theater. And most of the time, he didn't sell it out. Hulu
yo,
theater's 5 and change. He didn't
yo,
sell it out.
yo, I was looking up that venue where Clarissa had that fight Sunday, and the maximum was like 4,000, and that shit was empty, bro.
No, pero she's the GOAT. Yo lo
Yo,
dije. Yo, bro.
here's the thing. What's the difference between what she's doing and what Tank's doing, bro? You're
No,
just beating up on people who literally aren't on your
What's the
level,
difference?
bro.
What's the difference between what she's doing and what Jake Paul is doing? Because
Dead ass.
Danielle
For better or
Perkins,
not.
Danielle Perkins, right? That's Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury was what, 5-0, 6-0 when he fought Jake Paul? He was like 5-0, 6-0, and he was a novice. He was literally a novice. Like, yeah, this dude ain't, he ain't that. And Danielle, God love her, it's like, yo, you 5-0, you never fought in a 10 rounder. I'm just keeping it real. They're like, you're not a champion. These belts that she fighting for ain't yours. They literally made them shits up. They didn't exist. Literally, they didn't exist before that fight because the sanctioning bodies did not see a reason to have those belts. At that weight, there was nobody there. The only one that was there was the BC. They had a heavyweight title. But the other three, before that, they didn't have one because ain't nobody up there. So when you win in belts that ain't nobody holding, it's like, come on, B, what the fuck? And this is the greatest?
Undisputed.
5-time, bro. 6
God.
time.
In 13 fights?
Yeah, yo, she been undisputed 8 times, bro.
Shit.
Any of y'all see her movie?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
No, we ain't watching that shit.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Nah, because it's like I
Nah.
want to. A part of me it's like a part of me wishes it was better, but at this point, it's like, yeah, I don't even care anymore, though. Like, you're an awful human being,
she's
bro.
insufferable, bro.
Foul nigga, son. You some
Insufferable.
foul nigga, son.
No, because I used to do it, and people I used to do it, like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, nah, you got to give her a break. She can't help this. She can't help that. But after a while, it's like, yo, what the fuck am I? Your publicist? Like, yeah, you an asshole and people don't like you. It just is what it is. And I hate to tell you this, but you're not the reason this women's shit is popping. It's not you. It's Katie. Katie and Amanda. Yeah, them. That's the reason that shit popping.
She's gotten
Like,
some views because that Papoose
Well,
shit, bro.
LB,
Papoose is getting her, like,
that's
popping.
cool.
What's
If
the-
fucking Papoose gets her clicks on the internet, can we turn that into tickets for a fight? Because he was at that same fight with them same ass empty seats. He was at the fight. He came out rapping A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know me. He came out doing that shit. And it still wasn't nobody there, dog. Like,
what's the hip Papoose song? I deadass forgot.
Yo, that ABC shit is to this day still the only shit I know him for, bro.
No.
That
The main hit he has is with Akon, Ghetto Soldier. I'm a ghetto soldier.
You mean the hit that Akon has then? Because the only part people gonna remember is the Akon part.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you, son.
Convict
That was
music.
Nah, yo,
It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I only know
when I
Papoose
was
because
growing
of
up. 2008, that was Akon's era, bro.
I'm gonna say that dude had me wanting to catch a fucking felony with that convict music, bro.
Yeah,
Convict
bro.
music.
Bro, do you know 2008 was 17 years ago, bro?
Oh my
That's
god, bro.
crazy, bro.
I was in middle school.
what the fuck, son? I was 12 years old.
I was
Shit, I was
six. I was 6 years old.
08? Shit, bro.
Yeah, time
I just
flies.
realized that yesterday, bro. 17 years ago.
That's crazy how time flies, bro. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
That's when
That's it.
Pacquiao Mayweather was on top of the game, or they were on top form.
The
And
fuck are
Manny
you?
was killing shit.
Oh yeah, you right. I was about to say, like, the fuck are you talking? But you're right. 2008. Yeah, that was their time.
Bro, I was
Damn.
6 years
Manny
Pacquiao,
old.
was
that
killing
was the year
shit back
Pacquiao
in
beat
those days.
Pacquiao beat Oscar that
That's a
year, didn't he?
Yeah.
When did
Wow.
they fight again? They fought 2013 or 2014?
Yeah, 2013.
But
2013. Mayweather and
Who?
Pacquiao.
no, they fought 2015, bro.
2015.
That was
2015.
2015?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2015.
That took them a
2015.
long
You
sure?
ass
No, I don't think
time
so. I
No,
don't
it's
think so.
2013. It was
It was way
2013, I
2013.
believe.
2015, brother.
My dude, it was 2013.
No,
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure.
it was 2015, brother.
Somebody, we Google,
2015.
guys. Google. We don't have to.
Yeah, 20,
2015. I was 19 at the time
2015.
too. I remember it.
It's 2015.
Yeah, 2017
Wow,
was McGregor, I believe.
Yeah, the Maymac shit.
That took them a long ass time for that shit, bro.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
That
not
was
really. It's
Wait a
if you
minute.
think about it in context, it took the same amount of time to get Spence and Crawford in the ring. It took the
5
same
years.
5 years.
Thank you, Al Heyman.
But we were just talking about them being at the top in 08. So 7 years, bro.
Yo, Jules, did you
7 years.
tell
Cool.
everybody on the panel about the picture I sent you earlier
Of who?
of Benavides with Memo?
Oh nah, I mean, nah, cause I get the shit is I get tired of talking about the Benavidez shit, cause it's like, yo, them dudes, them Benavidez cats. That's the other thing. Them dudes is getting more and more obsessive with the fear that it's like the closer the closer that he gets to Better Beaver Beevil, the more they try to keep shifting the focus to Canelo. Cause I did a space yesterday, and that shit was crazy. Like some random dude named Kevin Elizabeth or Lisbon or something. He tried to like commandeer the shit, and I had to control his ass. Like, hey, shut the fuck up. It's my space. You know what I'm saying? He tried to put the narrative that David Benavidez is the money man at light heavyweight. He was dead ass.
To be fair, I think the American boxing like media in general has been trying to push that.
He is. They definitely are.
Well, unless David got more money than Turkey, I don't think so.
Is it true
that, bro?
Is it true that ESPN put David on the pound for pound?
They probably did, bro. These Americans is these.
They put him number 10.
Do you know who they kick out from that junto?
Jules, you know that even Steve Kim and Steve Kim and
wait, y'all gotta stop talking over each other. Go ahead, Ignacio.
I was gonna say, you know that narrative is complete dog shit because Steve Kim and Mario Lopez on their podcast said that they weren't buying this whole narrative that Benavidez is trying to act like, oh, you got to come to me in order for the fight to happen. Kim goes, am I really supposed to believe that if Turkey offers Benavidez a $50 million purse, he's going to say, nah, I'm good. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
No, pero también,
he might say no.
No, wait a minute, because one, that number is insane, first of all. At that price, maybe he would say yes, 50 million, but he's not, if Turkey made a play, it wouldn't be for 50 mil. Like, nah, you're not a $50 million fighter. Brody, you're not a $10 million fighter. I think he would probably offer David 10. Something modest, like, yeah, I'll give you 10. But he wouldn't take that. I promise you, he wouldn't take that. You gotta pay this dude more than you gotta pay this dude more than the whole Haitian government have. You gotta pay this dude like fucking 60 M's to fight.
Chill, my nigga.
Nah,
fucking chill, my nigga. I like that shit.
Jules is like, yeah, you gotta pay him more than the GDP of a lot of countries.
For real, like he's not like that. I'm settled that shit is not gonna happen, but it's like
he's not fighting Bertermiev at all.
They still pushing this Canelo shit, and I'm like, yo, y'all really on some real shit? Y'all motherfuckers look real fucking gay.
Yeah,
still sucking this little redhead's dick. Like,
so
get off his dick, bro.
I got another guy that I don't know. I kind of follow sometimes. Marco something or Mark something or other. He does these videos, hot takes on boxing. Anyways, he had Gervonta Davis up there at like at number 1 or 2.
Man,
that Marco boxing,
bro. He was.
Yeah.
You talking about the white dude?
He's on. Yeah,
the bald white dude.
Yeah. He's on the Boxing Voice. He literally says he only watches highlights. He doesn't watch the actual fights.
You're fucking
kidding. Bro, he said that Gervonta Davis and
you're fucking kidding.
No, literally, if you go on the Boxing Voice and you listen to the show, they make fun of him because he admits it. Like he only watches highlights. That's it.
He had a live video today, and he swears he's like, I just do it because of activity and who they're fighting. He beats everybody in this division. And I'm like, well, who are you talking about again? And he uttered the two names, Benavidez and what's his name?
He
activity. Activity. If it's about activity, didn't Benavidez only fight once last year?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Damn, was it really only once?
Yeah, he only fought once. He only had the Vosdick fight. That was it.
Wait, no, didn't he fight?
No, Andre was the year before.
Yeah,
Andre was the year before.
The year before.
Are you serious? I thought it was
I'm telling you, last year the dude only fought once. So I'm like, well, if it's about it. And here's the other thing: I don't even know if he's gonna fight again this year. If he do, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be against the winner of that fight. And look. Scarcity creates value. I say that all the time. So at this time, there is a scarcity of American stars. So whatever they got around. They gonna put him on a pedestal just because they don't got a lot to compare it with. They gonna act like Benavidez is Ernie Shavers and George Foreman while he not knocking people out. They still gonna do it with a straight face. He's a monster, yo. You seen that shit? Like, bro, I seen David Morrell go to distance. That's what I seen. What did you see? I seen Vosdick go to distance. That's what I saw. What did you
I
see?
saw that monster
Morrell
get.
hurt you more. I seen David Morella, 11 fight novice, hurt you. Even prior to the knockdown with a mean right hook. Like, are you
Yeah,
out of your
he
mind?
countered him. He went for a right uppercut. Fucking David went for a right uppercut, mop, right hand to his face. It's like,
What?
I don't. Now I'm at a point where I'm like, look, y'all just lying. Either y'all is the stupidest, motherfuckers in boxing, or you just lying and you just on this hype train for the metrics. Because that's not a monster, bro. Like, in what way is that a monster?
Yeah, it's not.
See, I don't
Jules,
believe in all that other shit, but I think it's pretty fair that people want the David.
it's a
Canelo
monster,
fight.
but it's a Scooby Doo monster.
I just think it's.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty fair to want that fight.
Yeah, but
It's
you
a
you
big
having
fight.
another debate that nobody's having. I didn't mention Canelo. Canelo, like I keep saying this shit, and I'm gonna say it again because I guess I gotta remind people. If Canelo don't fight you, then what? If he don't fight you, then what? It's not up to me. It's not up to nobody on this panel. It's up to Canelo. But if he decided, I'm not fighting this motherfucker, call it a duck, call it whatever you want, say whatever you want. But if he don't fight you, what are you gonna do?
Do what you said. He's gonna go to Zerto. That's it.
Zerto could beat him.
And that's it.
It's fucking simple.
Zerto
That
will beat
it's
him,
it's
100%.
fucking simple. That what I'm saying is, I wanted Canelo Benavidez. But if Canelo not gonna do it, he not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. If he not gonna do it, he not gonna do it. What are you gonna do? More interviews? More podcasts? It's an opportunity right in front of you for Undisputed to fight two guys, one of which already beat Canelo. One of which. The other, and I'm a huge Canelo fan. The other, I'm 100% sure Better Beef steamrolls him. He's too big. He's too strong.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
He does.
I'm 100%
does.
sure. So you're not understanding, and I just think that people have lazy brains that look, Canelo would be at his fourth weight at that weight. David, you're young, you're 6'3", you walk around 2 and change. Your ass should be snapping at the grass to be fighting people like this, and you're just fucking scared. It's the truth. That's why you keep talking about Canelo. It's a wrap, my dude. If he don't want to do it, you have no leverage. And he don't want to do it. So what are you going to do? I always chalk it up to the Chocolatito Inui. Inui made an offer to fight Chocolatito when they was both at Superfly. Choco told him, I'm sorry, brother. That money ain't money in right for me. And Inui didn't cry about it. Like, he knew he didn't go on a smear campaign. He said, all right, fuck it. I'm out. I'm going to go up. Now, look, I make more money than you was making when you turned me down.
That's what
The difference is, Jules, Inoue actually just went out and proved it in the ring. Benavidez just wants to sit on his ass and get that stimulus.
For real, he trying to do a Sally Struthers campaign that, bro, if it was really about I want my own lane and I want my own legacy, then motherfuckers would have to hold you back from fighting the winner of Better Beef and Bivol if it was about that. But it's not about that. Like, it ain't. You don't want nothing to do with the winner of that fight.
Yeah, it just seems much. It just seems very obvious, very clear. Every time there's a fight, he fights. He has to bring up the name. He does not talk about wanting to fight the winner of that fight.
He don't even mention Better Beef in fucking interviews.
Oh, fuck no.
He literally doesn't say his fucking name.
No.
And every time he talks about Bivol, he always brings up those stupid ass sparring stories.
Fucking sparring session, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Calderon said, I'm not sure David can beat Yard. I'm not sure either. Peter, shout out to my man Peter. Teofimo fought Claggett in a coffee shop, but now he's turning down 2.5 mil. This, I know I'm a star level of delusion, is ruined off these U.S. fighters. I agree with that.
Yo, low-key, Buatsi and Benavidez is 50-50.
Nah, I think that my honest opinion, while I'm not impressed with David at all, right? I'm not impressed with him at all. At the end of the day, one of the things I don't like about Buatsi is his work rate. I don't think you punch enough, even though you have speed and power. I don't think you punch enough, and because you don't, that tells me you got a shaky gas tank. 2, you ain't been chin checked. I don't trust your chin. I think somebody gonna knock your ass out is what I think. That's what I think. So
three. David has memo.
David has memo.
I thought
Buatsi,
what's it called?
About
Buatsi got
Buatsi.
Virgil. Shout out to Peter. No, I already
I
read
think I
that
got
one.
Boati in that one for me.
Nah,
I
I
I
keep
wouldn't.
don't know.
saying
We
that
gonna
about
see. We gonna
Boati.
see.
Jules, real quick.
Here's why I said Boati has a chin. Boati get hit a lot. A lot of people
He
fail to
does.
By
realize
who?
when he was on
But
Matchroom.
Balonix
By
definitely
who?
chin checked him, bro. Balonix,
You
that was a
remember
good
So,
Marco
fight.
oh,
Kalik?
so, yo, wait,
You remember?
so,
You
Come
remember
on,
Marco
bro. It's
Kalik?
a chin
so,
check. It
no,
doesn't have to be
I'm
come
just
on.
saying that when you had to think of the strongest puncher that he fought, Ricard Botulism is the only he fought
No,
botulism.
Marco
Why do you
Kalik.
butcher the name
Marco
like that?
Kalik. Remember? You remember the
Who the
cruiserweight
fuck
that
is
went
even
down?
that?
Yo,
No,
he
Marco
said that so
let me land the plane.
confidently.
Let me land the plane. Let me
Marco
land the plane.
Jansport. Who is Marco Jansport? The book bag shit?
Jansport was a cruiserweight that came down from 175 and
Look, I
looked
don't
up
care if he
Also, it was
fought.
Balonix
Bro,
as
I
well
don't care
too.
if he look.
Balonix
I don't care
was
if he fought
cruiserweight too.
He could have fought Jansport, Tony Kukoc, whoever, bro. He ain't fought for an Olympian in his early 30s. Your resume is
But
really
you asked
thin,
who
bro.
chin checked him, bro.
And y'all and who you brought up, Kukoc.
How much fights does he have, by the way?
Yeah, I think he got
He doesn't even have 20, does he, Jules?
I don't think he
It's
does
gotta
it.
be
He's like
20
30,
by
and he's
now,
like
right?
31, right? He's like
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, that's a rough.
Bro, he's
resume.
an Olympian, is what I'm. Now think about that. That this is the Olympian, and look at the dude with no amateur background, none. Like I think all he got is white collar fights. Yard done been in there with Better Beef, with Kovalev, with Lyndon Arthur, and that dude don't got none of that shit. It's like, yeah, my dude. Like
I mean, Eddie
Yo,
tried.
And he has 32 fights already.
I could go for Morel versus Hutchinson.
Yeah, I could go for that. I like that. That's a good
I
fight.
actually thought Morel versus what's it called, Buasi would be a good 50-50 fight.
That's a good fight. Honestly, that is a good fight.
Morel beats up Boati, bro. I think Morel beats him up.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Jules, speaking of Peds, though, I thought Moreau looked like a damn bodybuilder Saturday night.
Yo, he looked big.
That guy was yoked. It was ridiculous.
He's yoked, but he's fucking Cuban, bro. Like he going Cuban all over the shit. Like you didn't see the
I ain't
Cuban
gonna
shit.
lie, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That shit pissed me off, bro. That shit pissed me off.
Like,
He
bro,
could have won, bro. He threw that shit away.
he had the power to hurt him, and he found that out in the fourth round. And you just
Third round, bro. That was the third round.
No, that was the fourth when he caught him with the right. That was the fourth. That was the fourth towards the end of the fourth. And it's like, yo, so you known this whole time that you could rock this motherfucker, and you didn't jump on him, bro. You didn't jump on him at the beginning of the fifth. You didn't jump on him. So it's like
he do this thing where he land a straight left, and then he just fucking pose. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's that green shit.
Hey, who are you talking about?
Morel.
Wow.
Bro,
Oh,
what is up with
hey,
these
man.
Cubans, bro? Like they don't have no urgency. Look at fucking
Because they mastered the art of the 3-round fight, y eso es lo que es. Que esa vaina de la finca y toda esa vaina, yeah, that's cool in the amateurs, but this the pros, bro.
No, that goes down to your training. And I
Bro,
literally said
look.
before this fight, I tweeted it too. I don't trust Ronnie Shields.
Ronnie
but I'm
Shields
still
is not a
picking
good trainer,
Morel.
bro.
I was like, bro, the shit that in that fight, he looked like an amateur in that fight, for real.
Ronnie Shields not a good trainer, bro.
Look at Fierro, bro. He was out there trying to.
Oh
he was
shit,
trying to
yo,
win.
that was a fight.
Bro, that dude was trying to take Isaac head off, bro.
Oh,
You mean
man,
Eric
he was so
Morales
close.
light?
That dude was trying to take his head off.
Eric
But
Morales is light.
that's what I think the Cubans don't really like. Like the amateur shit is cool, but don't you see that a lot of them dudes is kind of choke artists a lot of the time? Like, yeah, like they kind of choke artists. Like
Ugas.
Uga, fucking Dortico, fucking
Yeah,
Rigondeaux.
I'm never betting on him Cuban ever again. Actually,
I'm
I don't
telling
know
you.
Your favorite roast beef, Jules?
Who?
Rotisserie.
Oh, right, rotisserie.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a great
Cuban
example,
too,
bro.
fuck.
All that hype out of the amateurs, bro. Come on, like
Luis
The
Ortiz.
only Cuban that actually fought like a pro and he had a successful career was Casamayor. All these other motherfuckers were mediocre.
honestly, like the
Frank
Cubans.
Sanchez puts you to bed.
I still have hope for David in the end. I think he's still a good enough fighter.
You talking about
He can-
David Morrell?
Yeah, he can
Nah,
improve from this. He can
you know,
improve from this.
we could positive energy the shit out of this thing, right? Here's what's gonna happen. That dumb motherfucker's gonna stay at the PBC, and because of that, you're not gonna rebound when you need to. That you didn't get beat up on Sunday, you know. You didn't get ragdolled or nothing. You blocked a lot of punches and gave a lot of rounds away, but you didn't really get fucked up. So if you really was on some shit, you would be back by the end of this year to finish it off on a win and come back strong next year. But you at PBC, bro. They not gonna get you. Yo, listen. It took them 18 months to bring back Caleb Plant after he lost to David Benavidez. It took them 18 months to put him in the ring with Trevor McCumbee. 18 months. You stay over there, bro. Go ahead. It's already over.
I mean, didn't they put him on
there.
the zone once though? You think they might just do it again?
Who? Morrell?
They did that once. Yeah.
Not without a commitment. Not without, and they didn't put him on the zone for no reason. They used him on a Riyadh season card. Unless they got somebody they want him to fight. You know? Unless there's somebody over there that Turkey like, yeah, I want David Morrell versus fucking
What if
Whitaker?
What if Morrell fights the winner of Parker Hutchinson this weekend, Jules?
I mean, like, do you think he'll do that? Do you think they'll
No,
do
I'm
that?
just saying, what if Turkey throws that winner at him and says, fuck it, here's some money to...
But that's the scenario that unless Turkey gives that much of a fuck, then we ain't talking about nothing. And I don't know that Turkey gives that much of a fuck. Well, Parker Hutchinson? No, that shit is on.
Oh, it's just on?
That shit is on. I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, it hasn't been canceled.
You know what got canceled? Prograis and Prograis, the fight ain't canceled, but Prograis is he out of the fight.
Injured.
We're not gonna see Duarte go at him?
No, man. It sucks, bro.
That sucks.
Tipo se está poniendo viejo. Fucking Prograis getting old, bro. Shoulder injury, bro.
That sucks.
Isn't he like 37 now?
Yeah, bro.
No, Prograis 35.
Shit, that's worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I wanted that. That's a good, like, that's a good fight. It would have been a good fight, like, and it would have been an action fight. But
Jules, I'm gonna try to go to the Kagai Joet Gonzalez fight you were talking about.
The pro box fight, right? That's a good
fight. It's
It's
in Long Beach. It's not that far away.
That's actually a good fight. Like Kagai like to throw, Joet like to throw. That's actually a good fight. Fucking Shushu talking about fighting Stephen Fulton. Who y'all think win that fight?
I'm thinking Carrington. I don't know. I don't fuck with it though.
I'm not buying Jorts and Tim's Fulton in that one.
I feel like he's just like, look, my opinion. I feel like he's bullying a midget, bro.
Let me say this. Is that right? I seen motherfuckers saying Eson said he don't trust Shushu. He said Shushu is a featherweight Frank Martin. I thought I was bugging, like featherweight Frank
Wait,
Martin.
what?
Yo, Eson
yeah, the Zach
said
Parker
that.
fight is off. That one's off.
No, I see what he's saying, but it's like, what's it called?
Zach
Shushu has a much deeper, like, amateur background than Frank Martin did.
He does. He's saying that because of his age is why he's
Yeah,
saying
that's
that.
why.
He like 27, but it's like you can't see Shushu got a higher ceiling than Frank Martin, my dude. Like you can.
Yeah, he's a taller, longer dude. He's not gonna max out. I think Shushu could go all the way up to maybe 47 by the time he's done.
Nah, I ain't gonna say. Nah, I know about that. I know about that. But he could probably max out at 35. I would say 35. Like
35, Jules. He's pretty damn tall. He's like 5'9", and he's long.
You don't see how skinny that dude is, bro.
Hey, but there have been skinny dudes who fought at 40 and 47. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. He can get his ass beat at 47 if that's what you mean. Like, yeah, he go to 47, get his ass beat.
Well, depending on when he goes to 47, though, that's what I'm saying. Like he ain't gonna be at 26 and 30 very long. Eventually, he's gonna be at 35, and then he'll go up to 40.
Who thinks Shushu versus Boots is like?
No, that's not happening now. Come on now.
No, I'm just saying that if you think about it, like it's like I see what you mean. He has the length and the frame to carry weight, but I don't see him doing very well at welter. If he ever made it up there, I think his ceiling is 35. He'll do his thing at 26 for a little bit, go to 30. 30 might be his best weight, or 35. But at 40, yeah, it's gonna get dangerous. it's gonna get dangerous. Yes, sir. It's gonna get dangerous. 'Cause
Hmm.
you not that big, bro. You're not that big, and we don't know what your power gonna look like. What while you moving up these ranks, we don't know. Look at Teofimo. He moved up one weight class. He not knocking people out no more.
But
He said he was
yeah,
he said he admitted he was a crack baby. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I seen that shit. He literally admitted it. We've been saying that shit for how long?
Ben said that dude is a crack baby, bro. I could see that shit clear as day.
Well, I mean, come on, Jules. You saw his dad. I mean, come on now.
That's a dead giveaway, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
His dad, like he got old snow up in there, bro. Like, yeah, I could tell somebody was sniffing and smoking something when they had your ass, cause like you too erratic, bro. You that kid that you can't leave him. You gotta watch him, or he'll stick a fork in the outlet, bro. He's a fucking maniac. You can see that on him. Kid's crazy, bro.
Tio was probably, when he was a kid, he was probably fucking ripping the heads off of chicks' dolls.
For real, y'all seen him next to Sexy Red? He was with Sexy Red, yo. Took a flick with Sexy Red. Probably got herpes now.
I don't
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit is crazy. What else? This, I guess, the shit that really had. Yeah, did y'all see that Jerry sent a bunch of super chats? I posted it on Twitter. He sent like 4 super chats talking about me to the boxing voice. What you think they gonna come in here and do? Correct me?
I know, like Ness is gonna call on your show and be like, "Hey, Jules, you need to stop sending this motherfucker over here."
You gotta come get Jerry, man. This motherfucker's bugging, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was crazy. But I'm gonna use those in an episode of the relay. I appreciate the attention. That shows me that what I think really matters to you, dog. Cause I don't spend that kind of time on nobody, dog. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. You know, all I gotta do is wait, man. And we gonna see who Canelo fights in May. They saying it's gonna be William Skull, which is like, yeah, that's good preparation for Crawford. You getting ready to fight a dude that move, that jab, gonna use the ring. That's good preparation, you know. They saying it's gonna be a PBC show though.
Yeah, Crawford ain't moving like that no more, bro.
Considering that they got 2 shows next month, Jules, you really think they're gonna do another one for Canelo?
I'm just saying that's what the boxing. That's what the boxing scribes are saying. One of them shows, I think, is supposed to be Fundora's fight in March towards the end.
Yeah, against Cordell Booker.
Oh, never mind. That's
fucking trash,
bro.
I might have to.
No, I might have to do my taxes that night.
You might have to go wash your car a couple times.
For real, yo. I'm gonna go do some. I'm gonna go skip rope without a cord, bro. That's what I'll be doing that night. I'll use a jump rope without a cord that night, bro.
No, but after that, Teofimo post about the deal that's supposed to deal up with Hitchens, that confirmed to me the reason of why I think Canelo's on the PBC.
Why?
I told you this before. Like every time you have to have a fight with under a promotional company, you have to negotiate the pay-per-views, your guarantee, the gates. I think the reason why Canelo is there is because the PBC negotiated a deal with Amazon. Yeah, they're not getting any money for Amazon, but they're getting most of the streams of revenue from the gate, from the pay-per-view. And Canelo went there and said, "Look, I'm not here to make you motherfuckers any money. So I'm gonna take most of the gate. I'm gonna take most of the pay-per-view. I'm gonna take your lunch money.
Yeah.
That fucking chicken you had in the fridge, I'm taking that too.
Taking that shit, and I'm gonna take the toothpaste and the toothbrushes. Like, fuck yeah. He said he gets 80% of whatever comes in, and I believe him. Like, that makes sense.
And I think that's a better deal that you can have, for example, in Matchroom, because Matchroom is giving you a hefty guarantee, but all those streams of revenue, it's more even between Canelo and Matchroom. And these other promotional company, but with the PBC, probably is the better part. The way
they're saying that the What they're basically saying is that okay, he was always because I seen Jake Donovan said it. Jake said his May fight was always going to be a PBC show, and the Riyadh season shit don't start till September with Crawford. That's basically what it is. That yeah, he'll do whatever he do in May, and then go into the Crawford shit in September, and then hey, you know it is what it is. 3-fight deal.
Yo, Jules, I wish I would have retweeted this video I saw earlier. It was about Canelo. It was fucking hilarious. Like, you know that he helped his brother open like some taco shop or
Oh, I
some
seen
shit.
that shit. The tacos pastor. I seen that
Yeah,
shit.
but
I
that
seen
shit was funny. He goes, "Dame 10 o te voy a poner una ching."
I seen that shit.
Oh, that shit had me rolling.
But I wonder what's the 3 fights gonna be if he do a 3-fight deal with Turkey. One is Crawford, and who else?
It's probably gonna be matchroom fighters.
But like who though? Who does Matchroom
Yeah,
even
there's
have
nobody on
to-
Matchroom that
Nah, I
is a
don't think it'd be
star that he
matchroom
could make
fighters. It
money
would
off
be
I
of.
don't see no like
if
what
it's
a
just
B-ball
68.
rematch.
Pacheco.
Yeah,
Bueno,
it would be
okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay, yeah.
Pacheco and I know people are gonna not agree with this one, but it probably will be like Mobili or something. I know that's a top ranked guy technically, but it probably will be him. Just like action fight and move
Those
on.
are yeah, but all right. Now I'll say this. This is where they gonna call me a Canelo fanboy. I don't really give a shit. It's all good for everybody to fight Pacheco, but Canelo. Like, if it was like David Benavidez versus Pacheco, not that that would happen because they're stablemates, but I'm just saying that Pacheco is a good scalp. I think that's a good scalp. Personally, I do. I think that's aside. If you take Canelo out of that division, who's beating Pacheco at 168? Who would beat him?
Possibly Mobili.
Mobili don't beat him. No.
You don't think so? I saw a lot of people say like he had like a decent amount of vulnerability during the Steve Nelson fight.
Nah, homie. I'm telling you now. I don't know if they ever gonna fight. I hope they do. I like Mobili, but the way you fight, you're getting knocked out. Yeah, you're getting knocked out. Sergey was hitting your ass too much with one good hand, and we see Gangara rattled your ass. If you let Diego hit you, yeah, he'll take you out. He will take you out.
Well, within Billy Jules, we got to see if he gets out of that Sajo fight.
I think
because it looks that fight's gonna happen.
But Sajo could punch. Like he can.
Yeah.
Punch. So, but I got Mobili winning that one because Mobili, you can't really see it the way that he fights, but he is a well-schooled amateur. He's a better boxer than Lele Sajo. So I got Mobili winning that one. But yeah, if it were Pacheco and Mobili, I'd go Pacheco. If it were Mobili Skull, I'd go Mobili. Skull could actually give Pacheco problems.
I don't think so. His defense isn't as good as people see.
I think Pacheco needs a few more fights to season him even more, Jules. I think he's still too green.
He's only
no. I think he's past that. The Steven Nelson fight, that was a rite of passage. Like, you fought an unbeaten dude who could fight back, bro. Come on, like who gonna beat him? Edgar Berlanga? Who gonna beat him? Who gonna beat him?
Nah, you know what? You don't think if they gave him
Yo, he said that shit with like he said that shit super masculine, Macombi. You know what I'm saying?
So you wouldn't give him a guy like Gongora or Yard to really test him?
Gongora's old as shit. No way, bro.
Nah. See, because the thing is, Gongora is a good test, for example, right? I think that's a good test for Diego, but I would pick Steven Nelson. I would pick Steven Nelson to beat Gongora. Don't forget, Lerone fucking Richards beat Gongora. He took his ass to school and gave him his lunch.
Jules, did you see like the pro box fight with Lester Martinez versus Gongora?
I didn't see that one.
Nah, you gotta watch that, bro. He lit him up, bro. That shit looked bad for a while. Only thing he didn't do was knock him out.
Oh, that's another guy that's a dark horse in the division, Jules. That Lester Martinez dude, I forgot about him.
I gotta watch him. I keep hearing about this Iglesias person. I still ain't see him fight. Old ladies.
Yeah, but he's a lot like Morel. He's a tall, long dude.
Another one of those. Then.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Like Morel, I wouldn't say that. He's Cuban, but that's about it.
Man, listen. Man.
But he's a southpaw.
fucking Cubans un fracaso, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I've been saying it. I literally been saying that shit too for 8 years when they was hyping up Lara. Mind you, Lara is a good fighter. I'm not taking that away from him, but they wanted him to be like the Cuban Mayweather and shit. It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. He alright. He alright.
Yeah, but he's had a decent career, all things
No.
considered.
That's what I mean. That he is like, if you really look at his resume, he did fight a lot of good fighters. He did. He didn't always win though.
No, that's true. Yeah,
He didn't always win. To me, Castaño beat him, and they didn't even try to make a rematch. To
I
me,
think
Castaño
Paul
beat him.
Williams beat him in that fight, and he got
No,
his
he didn't.
gift
No,
in
he
that
didn't.
one.
No,
You're
he didn't.
bugging, bro.
You're bugging.
That's his signature win, bro, was signature loss. But you know what I mean? Like, nah, he beat Paul. He beat Paul.
He hit that motherfucker so hard. He had Roy in the in the commentary saying, "I really think someone should go and tell Paul to get out of that fight." He was telling somebody that Paul should just quit on the spot for how bad he was getting his ass beat.
Shout out to Ren, Shemale Mirage, Dick Basic Vides. Yeah, is he in the comments talking about Benavidez still? Damn, we moved off of that. Peter said Ring Mag X just dropped a bomb. Bud versus Canelo is all what? Let me go look.
Yeah, that's why I jumped on to tell you to read that one. That's crazy. It's on the Ring Magazine website.
Is now off. Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Life goes on. Hold on. Drew, what you make of the midnight meeting between Aram and WBC and the talk of the incoming TKO League in your Capricorn crystal ball? What happens? What's going to happen is a lot of people making much ado about nothing, because while Dana's working with Turkey doesn't have the contracts on these fighters. The main two promoters that are working with him are Eddie Hearn and Queensbury. But Bob's got his fighters, and everybody else has their fighters. And I don't think it's that, oh yeah, he's going to take everybody's talent away from them. No, they still have the contracts on those fighters. So I just think it's much ado about nothing. You know, they just don't want there to be another competitor, because things are already hard enough as it is with all the American broadcasters pulling out of boxing. They don't want to have to compete with somebody else. So they're not going to be happy about that. But I don't really see Dana making much headway just because Turkey's with him. And what's Turkey going to do?
Unless Turkey buys out guys' contracts and then puts them in that league, what else is he going to do?
Well, what is he like? You're going to end up with another Pro Bellum. You remember how Pro Bellum was signing everybody that wasn't signed, right? They had like all the B and C tier fighters and shit like that. Like they was signing everybody who's not with Matchroom, who's not with Top Rank, who's not with Golden Boy, anybody else on the outside. That's probably what they stable going to look like. That's probably what it like. Yeah, you're going to sign all the outliers and shit like that.
IBA stable.
Wow, bro. Why would it be off? That's crazy.
Crawford wanted $40 million.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to blame it on Crawford. It might have been Canelo. We're not going to do that. I'm trying to figure out
what it is.
Why would that fight be off?
Yo, Jules, but Canelo was on Sway in the Morning recently, and they were talking to him about that fight, and Canelo literally told them dudes, that fight's easy work.
Why would they? I don't understand. What, is somebody injured? They're not saying why it's off. They just saying that it's off.
How injured would somebody be for it to be a fight in September to call off?
It would have to be like a torn ACL or some shit like that.
Hold on. Terrence Crawford on Canelo. He's shied away from Jermall Charlo and Andre for a long time. When you look at Canelo's career, it's like he shied away from black fighters. I think black fighters give him the most
brother.
Okay, here we go.
My
dude, he fought more black fighters than you. Austin Trout, Laura, what the fuck were they? Fucking Terrence said that.
Oh, jeez.
He fought more black fighters than you.
Come on, man. I don't know about that number, actually. I'm trying to think about that. Maybe more black champions.
No. Kirkland, Mosley, Trout, Lara,
Jacobs.
I think we're at 5 right now.
We have 5.
And Charlo.
Charlo, Jermel. He fought Jermel.
And who else?
He fought Caleb Plant.
Yep, honorary black citizen after 7.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, look, I'm gonna say this too in fairness because I'm a little over it. I am a little over it, to be honest. If it's some kind of thing where Canelo fucked it up, I'm gonna be real. You running out of fights to give me, bro. Just being real, you running out of fights to give me. If you don't give me Benavidez, but you don't give me Crawford neither, well, all right, what the fuck you doing then?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna give me either of them. It's just like I was cool with one. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna get that, but at least I'll get this. And that, if you're not even doing that, it's like I don't know.
Julius,
what the fuck.
It might be Jake Paul.
Nah, that would be painful.
No, because the Jake Paul shit. Here's the thing. The Jake Paul shit would not affect the Crawford shit. If you do Jake Paul in May, you could fight Crawford in September.
Motorcycle beat him to it.
Bruh.
That's
Paul Williams, but yo, that's fucked up. Bro.
Oh man,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's insane.
Who knows? Maybe it's David.
I mean, do you think that? You think that for real? Is David?
He's been talking a lot of shit. Maybe Canelo's ready to shut him the fuck up.
I don't think so, man.
I'm running out of I'm gonna be real. I'm running out of patience. Be honest. I'm running out of patience. Like, I'm not your son. You see what I mean? I'm a boxing fan, and right now, a fight I was looking forward to, I'm not gonna get it. I need to know why. I'm not gonna blame you yet, but I need to know why, because I am running out of patience.
He did show up to the fight, though.
To which fight?
What's it called? Remember, they did say
Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso, yeah, he did show up to the fight. So, I mean, if you giving me David instead of Crawford, all right, cool, I take it. Because it's true, Eddie Reynoso was at the fight. And I don't think he was there just because he's such a big fan of David Benavidez.
He could have got a free ticket.
you know they comped the shit out of them David Benavidez.
Exactly. Maybe that's why he was there, Jules.
Shout out to motherfucking Keenan. This got Floyd PBC written all over it. I'm saying we got to see what he do because the news just came out. I got to see what is Canelo's reason, and if I don't hear a good reason, I'm gonna be real. Like, yeah, I'm kind of getting over this shit, bro. You got to fight people. You got 3 belts. If you're not gonna fight David, I fight Crawford. If you're not gonna fight Crawford, what the fuck we doing?
He's gonna fight Zerto.
That's not that's
I don't think so.
That's not a bad
Hey,
fight,
you never know, Jules. You never know.
Fight, he's not gonna go up to cruiserweight, bro. I don't think his body would even function properly at 200 pounds.
No, but he doesn't have to get to 200. All he's got to do is weigh in at 180, bro. That's it.
No, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be real. I'm a little sick of the mythos of the black fighter. The black fighter done got his ass beat the same as the white fighter, the same as the Mexican fighter. I'm a little over that. Like, I'm sick of American fighters saying that shit. He's scared of black fighters. How many didn't Tyson Fury beat the shit out the black fighter? Am I bugging? That happened, right? So can we stop with that shit? Because I expect better at Crawford than that, man. I just say he don't want to fight me. But let's stop with because when you do that, you know what happens? You drive a wedge in between a lot of people when you do that. You do. You drive a wedge when you make it about this. Just say he don't want to fight you. Don't make it about all the slick black fighters, because I done seen a lot of slick black fighters get their fucking ass beat. Meldrick Taylor was a slick black fighter that was pissing blood after Chavez got his hands on him. Remember that?
Broken bones and fucked up kidneys.
Black fighter. He's a slick one, right?
He was never the same.
Real fucking slick to the fucking hospital peeing blood. We got to stop doing that. And I don't do that with no fighters is why I say that. They're like, look, man, just focus on the 2 fighters that's going to fight. If you make these kind of big generalizations, the other side is going to immediately get offended.
But Jules, you know, the thing is, and like I said, I'm going to preface this with, I don't want to stereotype, but usually their fan base is the one that starts woofing all that bullshit about how everyone else doesn't want to fight black fighters, and these dudes buy into it.
They do, but in fairness, I've seen negativity on both sides, which is why I try to be even with it. That the ugliness that we see in the world, it's not one way. It comes from all directions. So when I see that, it's like I've seen people say some awful things. The reason that irritates me is how many more black fighters you got to see get their ass beat before you realize we're all just people. You're not special.
Yeah, but I think it's good that Terrence Crawford cleared the air about that, because I was confused for a moment, because when Crawford went there to super welterweight and fought Madrimov, I was under the impression that he won because the most skilled, most well schooled, and the better fighter. Turns out it wasn't because of the amount of melanin Crawford has. I didn't knew.
No, because that's but and I don't like to get into this shit. I don't even want to get into this shit because it's like your dog. If you running around thinking you special because it's, I don't even want to get into that shit. Like motherfuckers need to really snap out of it. I expect better from him, but Canelo was running from Jermall Charlo, really. Andre, what that tells me is your dog. Not for nothing. This is not about boxing. We can't make this about boxing because look at the losers that you're bringing up. You bringing up some 7-layer losers because Canelo didn't fight them. If you're not fighting Canelo, basically, you better do your thing at junior middle. Because if the Canelo shit is off, you a black fighter, you the slickest. Go be slick.
Yeah, exactly. Go prove that you're better than he is by beating all the guys in your own division.
Go be slick. Because
I just champion that's not fighting nobody right now.
Right, there's an IBF champion with a whole inbred Russian that don't got nobody to fight. Go fight him and be slick. Be slicker than Tim.
Go be slick and black.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this because it irritates me. Like, here we go with this fucking shit again, bro. If you win, it's because you're Terrence, not because it's because you're Terrence. Because I don't know what this shit is. Like, yo, if Dimitri is a slick black fighter, then shouldn't have David Benavidez lost? Right? Because he's slick. Slick.
At least goes the distance.
He's slick, yo. He walked in the water without getting wet.
Look at the guy with less melanin actually went to distance.
Yeah.
That you can have an argument that he was also black, but that never see.
So Caleb played. Caleb is slick. He is slick. But oh man, this is gonna be a firestorm tomorrow. But at the same time, I am running out of patience with Canelo. I actually am, because I'm like, your dog, that was the least you could do is fight Terrence. That was like the least you could do, because there's not a lot of super fights left for you.
Jules, just real quick though, it doesn't look like the fight's gonna happen. But what if he does come out with that announcement and says, "Oh, I'm taking on Zurdo"?
Oh, Zurdo Ramirez?
Yeah.
I mean, look, on one end, it's a naturally bigger guy who's at a higher weight. He is a world champion. It is a credible opponent, It is a credible opponent. But the problem is that I would say the problem with that fight is that it'll take people time to adjust, because a lot of people don't even appreciate Zurdo. Now, I think Zurdo is actually a good fighter. He's doing very well. But it's the rift that's irritating it. Like, your dog, can you just fight fucking Crawford and get it over with? Just fucking get it over with, because we're not getting Benavidez. So let's get it over with. You're making yourself look bad if you don't fight him, being honest with you. You are.
I wouldn't take it that far. If he were to fight Zurdo, even though that's a 0% chance of happening, it's a Mexico v. Mexico fight between a guy that's been on the up for a while now and Canelo Alvarez. That would probably be, I would probably say that could probably go like 800K pay-per-views.
Maybe. I mean, he did 6 with Edgar. He did 6.
Yeah, it could hit even more than that. I didn't want to say 1 million though.
It's just it looks a certain. I guess the problem that I have with it is, as a content creator, I know what this is going. I know where this is gonna go. And the weirdest thing is I had Canelo winning the fight.
Really? Against Zurdo?
What?
No, against Crawford.
Oh.
Have Canelo win in the fight. I'm like, you
Just
got hit.
real quick, Jules. What if? Not saying it's gonna happen, but just for shits and giggles, what if Canelo just shocked the hell out of the world and said, "You know what? My next opponent in September is gonna be Artur Beterbiev." I'd be
I mean,
like,
like,
"Whoa! Like, what the
Nah,
fuck?"
but I'm not doing all that. Like, what am I ad-libbing for Canelo for? I don't think
No,
he's
no,
gonna
no. I'm
fight
just saying, like,
Beterbiev.
I mean, don't be surprised if he comes out with something that like
But
nobody's
the
gonna
shit is,
expect.
bro. The shit is that he better. He better. It's on you. It's on you. You the fighter. You got to provide us with a fight that we look at it and we want to buy it. It's as simple as that. And if it's not Crawford, it better be David. Simple.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
yeah,
I'm a
Ignacio.
customer. I'm a
wait a-
customer. I'm not a member of a fan club. I'm a customer. If I was cool with the Crawford fight, like, yeah, I'll take that. That's 2 pound for pound guys, 2 top 5 guys. I'll take it. If you're not gonna give me that, it better be good.
But on the
but let me say this because I understand that your position, you've been saying that shit for a while. That Canelo, sooner or later, he delivers the great fights. You had Floyd Mayweather, Golovkin, his run at super middleweight. But let's be honest, there have been I don't know, like 4 fights, a couple of years of Canelo not delivering, not living to the hype with his opponents. So yeah, I understand that he has a legacy. He's one of the best fighters in the world. But when he does something like that, I'm not gonna expect for him to. Yeah, he's gonna fight this other guy this way, but it's probably gonna be Skull and some other bullshit mandatory, and that's it.
the shit is that one, he's still a reigning champion. That's the first thing. 2, you're fighting on pay-per-view exclusively. So I'm gonna give you the same treatment I give every pay-per-view fighter. Anybody who thinks I need to pay $80 to see them, I'm gonna give you the same treatment. Whoever you're fighting, it better be good, or you gonna get roasted like everybody else. I'm over it.
Well. What do we have here?
What the fuck are you gloating about, bro? Did you say
What
they
do
weren't
we
gonna fight?
have here, man? Crazy. It gets to this point for y'all to see this shit. It's crazy.
Yo, you keep it.
Michael talking crazy.
Wait. When I say this shit, I'm a hater. But when you guys, it's okay. You guys can pick and choose when you can say this shit.
I'm picking now because they saying the fight is off.
It's crazy.
How's that crazy? I'm just saying whoever he fight, because the May shit don't got nothing to do with the September shit. It don't. But if you're not fighting Terrence Crawford in September, okay, it better be David Benavidez then. One of the two. Anything else? Anything else? Anything other than that? I'm a customer. I'm not a fucking fan. I'm not a member of a fan club. I'm a customer. You better give me a fight I want to buy. You better. Very simple. I'm a customer.
I don't know. With the whole Berlanga thing, I think he kind of proved that he could like
Berlanga
sell sand to a
rematch.
guy in the desert, man.
We need the chat hall monitor for the missed super chats. Shout out to motherfucking where is Country? Is he here? I don't think he's here, right?
Country's not on.
Oh shit. Must be in some pussy. Saying. Yeah, like I'm disappointed, but I can't jump to conclusions neither because we don't know what the details are. All we know is the fight is off and Terrence is throwing shade. We don't know why it fell apart.
I will say I hate it when motherfuckers do that. He don't want to fight black fighters. Like, what is that? Like, bro, why you
You know what
doing
it
that?
is.
It's
You know what it is.
embarrassing though. Like, as like it's embarrassing to the community when you.
No, it's
when
not
you
because the
devalue
community,
shit all the way.
my dude,
like,
the shit is that a whole culture has been derived from constantly doing that. It's not going away. And the problem that motherfuckers don't understand is when you keep doing that, the people that's not in your culture, they get tired of your ass like they do. You're not a special snowflake. I done seen black fighters lose before. What the fuck are you talking about? Same as I seen white fighters lose before. Same as I seen Mexican fighters and Puerto Rican fighters lose before. But I never see them. I never hear Russians say, "You don't want sleek Russian fighter." I don't be hearing them say that goofy ass shit. I only ever hear American cats say that goofy sounding shit. You slick. How slick was Wilder? How slick was Demetrius? He fucking quit on his stool. That's how slick he was. That shit, motherfuckers gotta stop. It's never gonna stop. What am I saying? It's never gonna stop. It was here before me, it'll be here after me. It's never gonna stop. I just didn't like that coming from Terrence.
Just look at that one dude that got all in his feelings after Fulton won the fight against Figueroa and accused us all of being biased.
For real, that dude, that dude wrote an essay. Be like,
I saw that shit. I didn't even go through the first part. I just went through the first part because that shit was just wrong. He was like, "You guys looked at him losing it anyway, and you made your decision." I was like, "No, I looked at the first fucking fight. Then I watched him get his ass beat when he went to featherweight."
It was the Carlos Castro fight for me. Like, bro, he was getting his ass lit up in the fight before the Figueroa rematch. Yo, he got dropped in that shit. He didn't look good, so I'm not gonna trust him. You know. But damn, this is some disappointing news, man. Because I was looking forward to that fight. I can only assume. I'll give Canelo Alvarez this much. He wouldn't have done this unless there was something else to do. I just wonder what it is.
It better be David Reynoso was at the fight.
If it's Jake Paul, then you getting roasted. You don't swap out, for me, you don't swap out Terrence for Jake Paul. Now, if it would have been Jake Paul in May and Terrence in September, I would have been cool. Like, okay, yeah, just go beat the shit out the white boy, then go fight Terrence. If it would have been like that. If you swapping out Terrence for the white boy, then I'm like, yeah, all right. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't remember. I lost my train of thought. What can I say?
He's so disappointed, bro.
I'm disappointed, bro. I was looking forward to that fight. Go ahead, Leo. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette because I'm fucking mad.
No, I think the reason why Canelo didn't agree to that fight was because of the money.
How much would
but
you want?
Honestly, Leo, that doesn't make sense because if Turkey's funding that shit, how are we going to sit here and say that one guy is complaining about the money?
Yeah, but you're forgetting something. When Turkey was at first, I think was a couple of months ago, when he was talking about working with Canelo. He was talking about the reasonable amount for a fight. And I think Canelo wants an unreasonable amount of money for a fight. And I think he's watching his numbers, his own numbers, what he's doing in the PBC, all that money that he's getting, because I'm telling you, that deal with the PBC and Amazon, it really favors Canelo Alvarez. When you are actually a star that can sell pay-per-views, I think he's getting most of it, and I think he's running the numbers, and he's saying, look, for that amount of money, I'm not doing that fight. Because
But then at that point you would have to think that from what you're saying is then that means that Turkey's lowballing the shit out of him. Because why else would you reject the fight?
Not necessarily lowballing. I'm talking about Turkey is willing to put more money than Canelo does for himself, but not that greater amount that Canelo says, okay, I'm just gonna jump from the PVC with this money. And let's be honest, with PVC has been mostly easy fucking fights.
Yeah, I get that, but let's just say for the sake of argument, let's take your premise and say he's getting all this money from all this other stuff outside of the purse that he gets. So let's say he walks away with $45 to $50 million after everything is said and done for fighting Berlanga, for fighting Munguia, for fighting Jermel Charlo. But then at that point, if you're Turkey and you know that he's getting that kind of money from fighting those dudes, of course you're going to have to be thinking, well, if he's fighting these guys and getting that kind of money, there's no way he's going to be like, yeah, I'll take the same amount of money to fight Crawford.
No, not the same amount. Think about it like this. Let's say he's getting, let's say, 50 mil for each of those fights, and just like base before pay-per-view starts, right? I think Leo's saying like Turkey is probably offering him like 80, but Canelo's looking for more like 100.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
something like that.
I think it's something big because they supposedly had agreed to terms verbally, and for it to be off, I mean, it's got to be a big announcement because the money, it sounds like they had already agreed to.
You would hope, right? You would hope that if he's not giving us that fight, that like Jules said, it's going to be a name that we're not expecting. It has to be. I genuinely don't hope. I hope it's not fucking Jake Paul. I don't want to see that bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. That the ball, like, at some point you gotta say, yo. At some point you gotta be like, yo, there's a standard, bro. There is a limit. You know, I'm not your fucking mom. I don't love you unconditionally. There's a fucking limit. If you're not fighting Terrence, it better be to go fight David. It better be. And if what you do in September is Jake Paul, yeah, I understand it's worth a lot of money. I understand that it would be worth a lot of money, but what the fuck that mean to me? I don't want to see that more than I want to see a Crawford fight. I was only okay with the Paul fight en route to Terrence Crawford. I'm not okay with you swapping them out. You know, so it better be somebody good.
I think it's David.
If it's David, I'm gonna listen. If it's David, bro, I'm gonna shit so fucking hard on Mirage's lawn, bro. I'm gonna pee all over his stuff.
Jules, you're not gonna put it in a bag and light that shit on fire?
I'm gonna shit right on the stoop where the welcome mat is, bro.
Truth be told, bro, this is better for boxing, man.
What do you mean?
That Terrence Crawford, bro, that's a gimmick fight, bro. It really is.
I agree.
Come on, man.
The reason I disagree with that is because Leonard versus Hagler wasn't a gimmick fight, and those circumstances were worse. You had a fighter who hadn't fought in 3 years because of, what was it, a detached retina? Yep. Nobody thought that was a gimmick fight.
Not really detached retina. Case of being a coward, but you know.
Then,
who was it? Wait, who was it? He was thinking. Nah, because no, wait a minute.
Well, Jules, think about it though. Look at the guys he fought prior to Hagler when he tried to come back. He fought some nondescript dudes and got his ass kicked. So a lot of people really thought he was washed going into that fight against Hagler. Yeah. So that's why everybody was shocked that he fought the way he fought against Hagler. But then again, you also got to look at it from the standpoint of Hagler ran through a pretty tough gauntlet of guys, including John Mugabe. That fucking war took a lot out of him. Even though he won, it took a lot out of him. And I think by the time he got to Leonard,
you got to balance it out. That we saying, okay, the fight took a lot out of Hagler, but you talking about a dude coming out of 3 years of inactivity. That's not good,
bro. That same dude literally came out and like before the fight happened and said there was something I saw about Hagler that wasn't the same after that Mugabe fight, and I knew, yeah, I got him. That's the most cowardly shit I've ever heard in my life, bro.
That's what I'm saying. See, Jules.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't think Leonard was the same guy that he was 3 years before.
That's the point I'm making. That anything you can apply to Hagler, you could almost also say about Leonard, because was he the same guy 3 years on the couch?
No, but to who was that made the point right now about Leonard saying what he said?
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah. So to his point, Jules, let's look at it this way too. Hagler had a lot of wear and tear. That's a lot of training camps. That's a lot of rounds.
Wait. A detached retina is not wear and tear? Because he did
have
a detached retina.
Because you get that shit surgically fixed and then you ain't fighting. You're not sparring. You're not doing nothing. So how is Leonard not more preserved by the time he gets to Hagler?
I disagree, man. Alex said, it is David Benavidez. I will kiss Julius. Well, you don't got to do that.
He would like that.
See, Michael would like that shit. Michael
would
would
like it
like that shit.
now,
You see,
bro.
you see, I just
You don't even have to do none
you see the
special.
Trudeau is
He'd like
coming
it
out.
now.
You see the Trudeau is coming out. The
Come
Trudeau is
on,
coming
man.
out, bro.
The New
Listen,
York is
man.
coming out, bro. He got
You get
excited and
fucking mad
shit,
at
bro.
me, dog. But listen, man, it better be somebody good. That's all I can say.
No,
Cause
it
yeah,
better be. It
I'm out
better
of
be.
patience. I'm out of patience. Like we know you ain't gonna fight Better Beef. We know you ain't gonna fucking.
It better be
This,
kill him.
what this could be is what
Step
Leo
on.
was touching on earlier. That the deal structure for Turkey, it may be different to what you got going on at PBC. That at PBC you get 80% of whatever comes in, which might get you a bigger bag than what Turkey's offering. With Turkey, you not running the show the way you might be at the PBC. You not running it. It's not your show. So that could be the reason.
But honestly, I like this way more, at least for Crawford's side. If he's
No,
willing
because
to, he can go get
my dude,
undisputed, three-time undisputed.
you're
in 2
you're
fights.
assuming that at 37 years old, Crawford want to run a gauntlet of champions.
No, I know, but 2 fights is all he needs to get
My dude,
undisputed
you understand
3
that
times.
you understand
If
that
he's
he
willing to, if he's
I'm
willing.
saying you understand that he wasn't going to fight until September, right?
No, that was for the Canelo shit.
I'm saying that this dude basically said Canelo or nobody. So now you think if the Canelo shit falls through, that he's gonna go fight the Russian?
Because he assumed he had the Canelo fight in the bag. That fight would probably make him more money than his 2 next fights combined.
Canelo versus Paul trilogy confirmed in place of Bar. It's a I'm telling you, if he fighting Jake Paul, bro, I'm gonna have to cook Canelo.
I would rather see Turkey give Jules 20 million to take on Canelo.
Honestly,
that fight
bro,
is fucking garbage. I hope that's not true because
I'm telling you, if it's Jake Paul in September, bro, yeah, I gotta cook him. Like, nah,
no, you
we
gotta
not
cook him
doing
even
this.
if
We
he's
not
fighting
doing this.
even if he's fighting Crawford in September, you still gotta cook him.
Not really. Not
Yeah,
really.
you do, bro. Come on, man.
Not really.
Well, what about integrity, bro, of the sport?
Bro, the sport don't got no fucking integrity, bro.
Shit,
You don't
why do
see
boxers need to fight these guys, bro? Like that's just
boxing.
crazy.
Listen. Boxing don't really have no integrity. Look. Ryan and Rolly is for a WBA title, bro. Talk about integrity.
No, the Reggie belt. The Reggie belt.
It's still what I'm saying.
It's still as bad.
It's still bad in the
of
sense.
course.
It's still bad in the sense that you can't talk about boxing and integrity in the same sentence because it don't have none.
I expect a boxer to not fight a fucking influencer, bro. That shit is just crazy. The Mike Tyson shit.
You say that. But 3-time undisputed champion Clarissa Shields want to fight Jake Paul. Talk about integrity. Look at how many champions was calling.
Stupid too.
The thing is, look at how many champions was calling him out. Fucking Noel Mikhalian was calling him out.
Maris Breedis.
Maris Breedis was calling him out. Artur Beterbiev was calling him out. Even the Bridgerweight, Kevin Lorena was calling him out. Clarissa's been calling him out for 3 years, maybe more.
Clarissa literally called her Remy Ma, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about
all
Clarissa,
I'm
bro.
saying is you can't. Boxing don't have like maybe there was a time when it had integrity, but them days long since passed. It's a wrap. Like boxing don't have no integrity, bro.
Nasty work.
At least, what I'm gonna say is at least not American boxing. I don't think American boxing has any integrity left, or anybody based out of America. Like they really don't. Not really. Cause it's like, okay, Canelo shouldn't fight Crawford. Granted, Canelo shouldn't fight Crawford, but should Crawford fight Canelo? It's a double-sided question. There, why don't you just unify your own division? Because it's just as much a gimmick for you as it would have been for him. If we're gonna get mad at that fight, now I wasn't mad at that fight because my justification always was Terrence really believes he could win. He's taking on this fight for the right reasons. Maybe he will. I don't know, but I would like to see. I would like to find out because I think he really believes he can win that fight. So I'm okay with finding out. But if we're gonna just poo-poo all over the fight and call it a gimmick, okay, well, it's just as much a gimmick for Terrence as it is for Canelo. It is. When you say Canelo and nobody, there's 2 other champions at your weight. Go after them. You got a war chest, huge war chest from Turkey. Just go after them if it's about integrity, you know? But
Yeah,
it
I was
is
just
this.
saying the whole fight as a whole is a gimmick.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's just as much a gimmick for Terrence as it is for Canelo.
yeah, both of them. Like, I just hated the whole fight from the get go. Whenever this conversation even started, I was like, this shit is stupid. I can't believe that it actually was. It's gotten to this point now where it actually falls through. Like, what the fuck?
And we'll see what it
I
is,
never
but
thought this fight would happen.
it's either the deal structure caused it to fall apart, because that was something that I wondered about. That was something that Canelo is used to being in control. Turkey is in control. He's not going to acquiesce power to you. He's not.
Yeah, but I'm sure he was paying handsomely, bro.
I'm not. No, see, I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just trying to figure out what happened. That's all. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
I'm telling you, it's about the money.
If the deal structure is where he's not in control as much on a Turkey show as he may be on a PBC show, that could cause the fight to fall apart. Now, whether or not you think that's okay, that's up to you. But that I'm thinking that could be what caused it to fall apart. Turkey's not acquiescing. If Turkey's not acquiescing control to you and not giving you all the different revenue streams that Leo talked about earlier, that could cause the fight to fall apart. It could.
Yeah, look.
But then, Jules, I brought up that point. Like, let's say for the sake of argument, Leo's point, Canelo's getting all that money outside of just the purse that he's getting, and he's walking away with $45 to $50 million every fight. So if Turkey comes and says, "Okay, Canelo, I'm going to give you 75 or 80 million dollars for this fight," I mean, at that point, it's like, how could Canelo literally say, "Well, I'm not in control, so I'm not going to take the fight"? Like, you're literally still being overpaid, even by your standards at that point. So for you to shoot down the fight because, I mean, someone brought up, well, maybe he wanted 100. I mean, really, at that point, like, are we really going to fucking argue about 20 million being the reason that he said no?
I want to say this because I think when people are talking about the Turkey al-Sheikh money, they're talking something like, for example, Usyk versus Fury. That was a crazy purse. How much was it?
100 million to each fighter.
100 million.
Jules, I saw it was less for Usyk.
And no, I heard it was 100 million for each fighter. That's what I heard.
Okay, you have to understand that for Turkey, he is willing to pay that money, and this is just my opinion, but he's willing to pay that money because that is a legacy fight. That's a one-time in a generational fight. Yeah, he's willing to pay that kind of money, but with these other guys, I understand Canelo's a big star, but Canelo's not gonna get paid $100 million or even close to that for a fucking mandatory. Crawford didn't get paid close to $100 million to fight this guy, Madrimov.
That's true.
Maybe it was 10, 15 months.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't a crazy purse for that fight, but I'm just wondering, here's the thing. If you're giving Usyk 100 mil, and Usyk is not the draw that Canelo is, right?
That was crazy.
If you're giving Usyk 100 mil, Canelo's price range or what he may be asking for, suddenly it's not so exorbitant, because if this is the money you have for them, how could you not have something comparable or better for me when I draw better than they do all on my own?
I could put it simply. I don't think Turkey prioritizes that fight with Terrence as much as he prioritizes a fight with Fury and Usyk.
Fair point. Fair point. We'll see what it is. But like I said, the most feeling that I have right now is I'm running out of patience. I am. Or I'm out of patience, because I'm like, yo, dog, like, if you're not going to fucking fight, please go away, retire, go away, go
That's
away.
what I've been calling
Go away.
for, bro. Retire or
You got
fight
3
David,
belts.
bro.
You got 3 belts. You don't want to fight these guys. And being honest, as a customer, I don't really want to see you fight these guys that much either. It's really only 2 fights you could give
And
me
he's
that
gonna fight
I want to
Trash
see.
Cans, and then he's gonna make you pay
Okay, but-
$85 for that shit.
Okay, let's say this because to put it in context. I'm not gonna call for a guy that's making supposedly close to $50 million per fight to fucking retire out of nowhere just because I don't like the fucking fight. I'm not gonna fucking say that. Now I'm gonna be as supportive of Canelo as I was before. No, because I think the quality of the fight has not that. Now, if Canelo is deciding now that he's gonna rob the bank in every fight, that he's just gonna fight this gimme fight that everyone is they're
Drop
gonna
the
go to this.
belts.
I was just gonna say
Yeah,
drop the belts.
that's more reasonable. Drop the
Drop
fucking
the
belt.
belts.
Fight wherever you want
Drop
for
all the
whatever
belts.
Let the division move on then, because like one way or another,
Who's
one
even
way,
at 68?
no, I mean 68 is actually a deep division. One of the problems is though is that he fought a lot of the people that he fought some of the somebodies that were there, like Caleb Plant, like Edgar Berlanga, like Jaime Munguia. He fought them already. Now if you remove him and it's just them amongst themselves, those fights do become more interesting. If it's Munguia Pacheco or Pacheco Berlanga or Berlanga Malakuziev, so on and so forth. That you can
McCumbry,
to a lesser extent that remove him from the division and let them fight amongst themselves, and then you got a whole cluster of interesting fights you could make, because it's one thing for him to fight them, in all likelihood he's going to win, but if they're fighting each other it's a bit more even and it becomes more intriguing. The thing is, like I said, you're not giving me David Benavidez. I don't have to really be understanding. It's not my job to be understanding. I'm just a customer. You're either putting together fights that I'm willing to buy, or you're not.
Okay, but first of all, David Benavidez. Benavidez can have a interim world title in every fucking division from super middleweight to fucking heavyweight, and it will not mean anything, because David Benavidez is never gonna ask for that mandatory position to be enforced. Why? Because if Benavidez goes there and enforce the mandatory position, and they cannot agree to terms, that fight goes to pursuit, and the PBC doesn't want that. So David Benavidez is just gonna sit on those fucking interim belts one by one, and it's gonna hope for someone to drop a belt and gonna get elevated in typical PBC fashion.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Ahora, the other thing is, look, it's like, give me the fight you want or vacate all the belts. That's actually crazy too, because he has been fighting his mandatories. The only guy with a fucking interim title he didn't fought was Benavidez. And like I said, Benavidez is gonna talk in the media asking for the fight. He's gonna tell everyone that he's the mandatory, but he's never gonna ask Sulaiman to force that mandatory position, because Canelo maybe drops the belt, maybe. But if Canelo said, fuck it, we are going to fight, but I don't like the money, that fight go to fucking
that's the other thing. You already hit the nail on the head that he would never, and we talked about this already. I said this, I want to say a year and a half to 2 years ago, because of what you said. If you enforce the mandatory and it goes to a purse bid or something like that, the split is then set. Then you're only entitled to 25%. And I know you want more than that. I know you want more than just 25% of the pot, and so does Samson. But if you go the purse bid route, that was the initial conversation, that if David is so close, why did he leave the division right before the fight would be ordered? Well, if the fight is ordered and you don't agree on a deal and you don't like the money and whatever happens, you're only entitled to 25%. And you probably want more than that. You probably want 35 to 40, which is a problem unto itself, because who the fuck are you to get 40% of the pot with Canelo? Yeah, that's why sometimes I even question. That's why sometimes I questioned, and I know it sounds crazy, but that's a part of the reason sometimes I questioned, do they really want the fight? Because you're not going to tell me that you're coming in here and you're happy with 10% or 25%. No, you're going to want somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 to 40 as a fucking mandatory.
That's crazy.
You are. I already see it. Like, look at what Samson told Eddie when Eddie offered to pay for the fight. He said that, yeah, it's cool, but we get the broadcast rights. Brody, if Matchroom puts up the money to pay Canelo, which is the bulk of the cash, why the fuck would the PBC get the broadcast rights for the fight? That doesn't even make sense. So I already know. So I already see that, like, yeah, David and them, I wondered, because I'm like, y'all probably want 35 to 40% for being nothing more than a mandatory.
And this is my biggest criticism of David Benavidez. I don't really have a problem on the way he fights and his fighting style and his level of ability. That was never my problem with David Benavidez. You look like an employee for a promotional company. You don't make your own decisions, because at least you could have been negotiating that fight with Matchroom when Eddie Hearn was talking about. Eddie Hearn was talking at one point 50 millions. Nah, this fight is way bigger than 50 millions. He was saying that shit, and
I
that's
saw that.
reasoning. That's reason enough to call him. You did not? No. That was years ago, and you
Yeah,
never
that was
did
2
that.
years ago. 2 years ago, yeah.
And you never did that because it's PVC or nothing. It's
Yep.
whatever PVC is willing to conjure for you or nothing. And so far we got Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade, and David Morrell. That's all we got.
Big Boys Boxing asked if Chisora beats Valine, will he fight forever? No, I think he has. If he beats Valine, he'll have one more fight outside of the UK, and then he'll retire because before this he said he has 3 more fights that he wants to do, just 3 more. Valine is the second. If he wins, and I'm being honest, I'm not even sure if he's gonna win, but if he wins, he'll do 1 more outside of Saudi and in Saudi, and I think they want to put him in the ring with Wilder. I think that's who they want to put him in the ring with. Keenan said the sad part is if this is true, Bud must retire. Yeah. It's just hard to imagine that at 37, so close to a bag that size, he's going to now decide to fight for substantially less at 154.
For legacy, man.
If he does, then great. If he does, then that could be the best news that comes out of this. If he actually does decide, okay, then I'll settle for undisputed at 154.
3-time undisputed, bro. That's legendary shit. Who's done that?
Because the thing is, the way that it was, if Canelo would have fought Skull in May and Crawford would have fought him, that would have been 3-time undisputed. If it would have happened that way, it would have been for that. Except this is not a victory. I understood the Canelo shit from the perspective that, look, y'all literally said Spence was going to beat me, and y'all said that for 5 years. I annihilated him. And even with that, y'all still tore that down. Y'all still tear that down. If I go up there and I beat Canelo, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say about that.
No,
so I understood.
The other thing is you can be mad at Canelo, you can be mad at Terence Crawford for the way they're trying to conduct their careers at this stage. But I'm telling you, from 10 years from now, the way that we are talking about guys like Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard, all these guys, we're going to be talking about Canelo and Terence Crawford because it's going to be a while. If you look, Terence Crawford 2 times undisputed, Canelo Alvarez 4 division world champ, it's going to be a while for a guy like that pops up. And we're going to see fucking David Benavides, Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
More
of that shit. Shout out to Luis Mosqueda. Michael acting like Canelo's been around for 5 years. I graduated in 2013, and I remember boxers already calling him future Hall of Famer. Ward retired at not even 33, Luis. He retired at 32. He retired at 32,
brother. I don't.
No, Jules. His birthday was right around the same time of the rematch for Kovalev, so he would have been right around 33 when he walked away.
I remember it being 32, but hey,
this is the "what have you done for me lately" sport, bro.
Open the Gate said most American pundits are picking Crawford over Canelo, so he gets the full credit.
I don't even think that's true.
No, it is.
I swear I've seen everybody say
the odds makers had Canelo opening up as the favorite, the bookies, but I saw a lot of boxers picking him. I did. I saw a lot of boxers picking Crawford to win the fight. So
they must be friends.
Hold on, let me shoot Drew the linky link. Got you right now. Shoot Drew the linky link. But
inside info, is he going to talk about Junto?
Go for box Go for
talking about Rudy Hernandez, bro. Drew said sources say Crawford felt away. Canelo getting the bag from Jake Paul in Turkey. Hearing Crawford wanted 50-50 or something close. Really?
Fake sources.
Check. Fuck you, you fucking Haitian. Go back to fucking your shithole.
Go ahead.
I sent you the screenshots and your Twitter DMs.
Let me see.
Share that. You can share the intel, not the screenshots or the sources.
I got you.
We need inside info on Junto, Drew.
Junto, I'll be at the gym tomorrow to see him train. One guy's a manager and a trainer. The other guy's a pundit in that thread, Jules.
Tell him to fucking unify.
If he wanted 50-50, he's out of his mind.
Ain't no way he wanted 50-50. If he wants 50-50, if that's the case, then he wasn't serious about
What I'm hearing, he's basically, remember how Wilder was worried about what AJ was getting paid by Saudi?
Yeah.
And he's basically doing the same thing. What's he getting?
All right.
Retirement money.
All I'm gonna say is I'll go with that momentarily, only momentarily because it's word of mouth. But I will entertain that if that's the situation. Then Crawford, you're the one who priced yourself out. Now you're just being silly. You know you're not worth the money this guy is. You're not. You know you don't generate the money this guy does. There's absolutely no reason for you to be looking for the same size bag as him. There isn't. It cannot be justified. Whatever Turkey's willing to give you is more than you make on your own. It's just the truth.
One bag from
Jules,
Turkey is more than he.
And not even that. And what Turkey's willing to give Canelo is none of your fucking business.
That's the other thing, because this is not. That's the other thing that people don't understand about the Turkey shit. It's not a network giving you a pot and saying this is what we're willing to put up for the fight. Turkey makes a deal with you, and he makes a deal with you almost separately that you getting this and you getting that, and that's it. It's not a network saying, yeah, this is what we're willing to spend on this fight. It's not like that. So you don't actually need to worry about what Canelo getting. More importantly, bro, you're not Canelo. You're a good fighter, and that's cool, but you're not Canelo. You don't draw like that. Sorry, but it's the truth, you know?
I was going to say, Jules, one bag from Turkey literally would be more than the purses he made in his entire career.
Honestly, like, what do you and I don't like. We'll see, you know, because the story's fresh. I like to let it play out before, you know, it's fresh. But I will say, if that's the reason, okay, then this is not Canelo's fault. If that's the reason, then nah, you want too much, and you are an American fighter, which is in keeping with American fighters. That's what the fuck they do. That literally, like you just said, that's what Wilder did to AJ. 50-50, bro. You don't sell what he sells. What are you not understanding? You don't sell what he sells.
What else I was told? I think he's just looking a little envious if Canelo does fight Jake. That's fuck 2 9-figure fights in a year.
I mean, listen, I said it in a video that I did yesterday. Realistically, the Jake Paul fight is bigger than the Crawford fight.
Yes.
Just because Jake Paul is not just a boxer. He like we like he's not just a boxer. Like, he's a very popular persona. So the bag for Jake Paul might have actually been bigger than the bag for Crawford.
It was. You're right. And Jake would have got some big, but I'll argue that Jake has done more for the macro of the sport than Crawford.
Well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
I'm just saying in general, like, that's why
fans always take it too far.
No, did Crawford put Amanda and Katie on there?
No, but we're not going to do that. Like we're not going to disparage an actual boxer, even if he's being a fucking moron. I guess this is just the shit that I don't like about American fighters. You don't understand. Like you keep thinking that only in America do they think that being stubborn and getting nothing is an alternative. That's really only here. Like, I see other fighters come around when they realize nothing is not an alternative. Nothing is nothing. So if you're jeopardizing the whole thing to end up with nothing, then you're just a fucking idiot. Nothing is not a substitute. And now you're getting nothing. You understand? You're getting nothing.
No, Jules, I think it's like a lot of people think that they think that the shame that they could put on a fighter will force that fighter to like do something. It's kind of like you'll see like I wanted to think of a good example of a person doing this.
Benavidez?
Yeah, that is a good example. Good example. Yeah, it's sort of a good example where it's like, yeah, no, Canelo won't fight me. He's fighting this guy and this guy. I'm like, look, bro, you're not going to shame this guy into I don't know. I don't know, giving you TV rights or whatever you guys wanted to do, because that was never really made clear to me. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Like, all that's gonna happen is you're just not gonna fight him. That's all that's gonna happen next week.
Basically, like, yeah, like if I don't think David's the greatest example because they didn't enter into negotiations, so I wouldn't say that that's the greatest example. I would say that Brian Norman is the better example.
Yes,
that's a better example because you thought that you could strong arm $2 million out of them, and in the end you ended up with nothing. Now meanwhile he's going to go unify with somebody else and you ended up with nothing. So whatever you did, it didn't work. Nothing is not a substitute for what they offered you. That if they offer you 1.5 and you don't like the 1.5, well, if you ended up with nothing, if you ended up on Michaela's undercard, yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up. Nothing is not a substitute for what they offered you. In the case of Crawford, Brody, the bag you was probably gonna get. Nah, it probably wasn't the same size bag as Canelo, no, but it's more than you gonna get with anybody else. So you should have took it.
If probably double what you would have got for Fedora.
If this is what's going on, because like I said, I'm taking on a word of mouth. I'm gonna wait until it come out a little more, until the story unravels a little more. But I'll say it here and now. If this is about you thinking you on even footing with Canelo, no, the fuck you not. You're not even a fucking champion going into this fight. You're not. You are fighting for his belts, right? Who generates more in America, you or him? And it's like it's becoming believable to me because it's like, yeah, who do you always see doing this? American fighters, bro. They always do this shit. I want what he get. You ain't him. You understand?
I do have a perfect example.
I just realized
the Stevenson versus what's his name fight.
Frank Martin.
Yeah, literally the same thing too. Because he said, no, I was hearing about what Stevenson was getting. It was like, who cares, bro? Yeah, that's not the problem here.
He wanted that little Remember he said?
I just want a bit of
I just realized though, but with Benavidez and Crawford both being Jerry Soriano's favorite fighters, he's gonna be flooding your comment sections even more now.
Bro, that dude is a psychopath, bro. Like, I seen how many super chats they sent me, the screenshots. I was like, yo, this is not normal, bro. In the afternoon, I'm thinking about frying some eggs and sausage. In your afternoon, you talking about me to the boxing voice.
He's thinking about
crazy.
Listen, you're thinking about frying eggs and sausage, and he's thinking about your eggs and sausage.
I'm like literally at 12.
You know, it's been like this for months though.
At 12 in the afternoon, what I literally do is I fry my sunny side up eggs, by 3 of them, and 2 sausage patties, eat them, and I go take a fucking nap, bro. If while I'm doing that, you want a boxing voice sending super chats about me, that's
no, he
that
talks
shit is
about you even when he calls in, because I listen to the boxing voice regularly in my mornings, and
that's some psychopath shit.
It's been like this for months though, like months. He's been talking about you.
Bro, I guess I just started paying attention because people
told
you
me
that
you're just ignoring it.
No, I knew because periodically, I don't know how frequent it was. I just know that periodically people would tell me, yo, you know Jerry, and I'm like, what, should I go call in the boxing voice and have a few? Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm gonna eat my bacon and take a nap, bro. You know what I mean? Now we got Alvarez in the building. Who's Alvarez?
Yo, what's up, Ring IQ?
Go ahead.
Long time listener, first time caller. I was gonna say the whole thing reminds me of when the Caleb Plant fight didn't pan out. They canceled it, and then they renegotiated, and then and they made it happen. So that's the way that I look at it, to be honest. Like,
I mean, we'll see, because we really got to see what it is, because what Caleb was doing was a different kind of play. He basically figured if I save myself for last, I could ask for more money because I have the last puzzle piece. And technically that did work for Caleb, because he did end up getting paid more than Billy and Callum did. Billy and Callum, I think they got 6 and 7, those two guys. Whereas Caleb, I remember he got 10. He got like 10. So that's a different play than saying, oh, well, I have to get something comparable to what Canelo gets. It's a very different thing. Like, bro, you're not Canelo. Like you don't generate what he generates. You don't. There's no
Yeah.
argument here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is what they are saying like true? Like the
Well,
about Crawford that he's trying to
well, look,
price himself out.
what I just saw, those are good sources, by the way, Drew. Those are honestly, those are good sources, and based on that, I do feel inclined to believe that it's what they're saying because those are good sources. They like, yeah, they usually know what the fuck is going on, and if what this is all about is Crawford's ego and wanting what the fuck Canelo get, you fucked up this fight, not him. You, if and that's what they're saying. If that's what it is, yeah, you fucked up this fight. It's very clear. You fucked up this fight.
Yeah,
You
because you're
not
not even a
Canelo,
you're
bro.
not a mandatory. You're nothing but a novelty. Being generous is 25%, 30% of everything.
Yeah, honestly, like Crawford should be willing to do this fight, and I don't even know what the pot is. If I'm Crawford for going up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, right? Let's just put
Honestly,
it this way. Hold on.
25 is fair.
No, it's not because he got that for Spence.
Oh.
That's what I was
No, I
alluding
said
to.
25%.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you're Crawford, you're probably gonna want in excess of 25 million for moving up 2 divisions and fighting Canelo up there. So I don't know. I guess 50 would be reasonable, right, or something like
Damn.
that. Because we're talking about a lot of money, which is why it sounds crazy to me to say that it's like 50 should be reasonable for him. But I don't know what he was offered, and if I don't know what he was offered,
Yeah.
it's hard to.
I'm sure they offered him 50 million. If
No,
you
but
pay,
didn't you say, Jules, that you think the Jake Paul would do bigger numbers than this too?
No, yeah, I absolutely do. Absolutely, because that's a
well, yeah, that's
circus
an
fight. It's a
interviewer,
circus
bro.
Yo,
fight.
It's
even like
influence.
yo, even if the fight took place, who the fuck is Crawford gonna fight? Like
I mean,
before
he
that?
has. You know what the thing is? He has all. No, he wasn't gonna fight nobody, bro. He said it. He said it.
Wow.
He wasn't gonna
Yeah.
fight between now and September. He was just gonna go straight in with Canelo. He said it, and I was like, well, all right, you definitely gonna lose then.
So
Definitely gonna lose.
the rumor that he was going to fight Derevinchenko wasn't true then?
No, that was not true.
No,
That
that
was
was
not
not
true.
true.
Out of
Man, he
Crawford's
should
I
out
would
of
man, he
have.
should
Crawford's
fight
own mouth, he said he
should
wasn't gonna fight.
he should fight fucking William Skull, man. That would
No, because the story was at least a few days ago, and this is according to Eddie Reynoso. He said Skull and Mabili are the top 2 guys in the running for May. So I figured, well, Mabili's about to go fight Sajo in France, so that opens up Skull to have a Canelo fight. And it's like, okay, Canelo wins the undisputed, right? Becomes 2-time undisputed, then goes to fight Crawford, in defense of it. That's how it looked like it was going to break down. Now, based on what I just saw via the sources, and they're good sources,
Mhm.
yeah, if you want what Canelo's getting, yeah, you fucked up this fight. You
And he
fucked
was
up
the one begging for it.
because that's common sense. And if and the problem that I see with American boxers and the problem I'm seeing with this situation, it is always the same, isn't it? The American fighters ain't got no common sense. Wilder had no common sense. You ended up losing out on more money, and you ended up admitting that yourself. You ended up losing out on more money that you could have made with AJ to end up making less and getting your ass beat by Fury
It's
because you had
poetic,
it in
bro.
your head that it's got to be 50-50.
And
No.
Now let me ask you this
you were even the
question,
best
Jules.
heavyweight.
Entertain the other side. Is there a possibility Canelo's reluctant to deal with Turkey because the PBC guys do lose over there, and he's gonna match you tough? Might not be Crawford, but if you want X, I need you to fight someone. I need you to fight.
The main thing, if I had to guess, if I were to entertain a scenario where Canelo's the reason that this fight got fucked up, I can only tell you what I just said. The deal structure at the PBC may be different. Canelo is in control of most of the arms of revenue, if not all of them, at the PBC. He literally calls the shots. What may be different on a Saudi show is I don't know that Turkey would acquiesce that power to you. I don't know that he would do that. That maybe the way it is, Canelo's taking most of whatever comes in on a PBC show. He's the boss. He's his own boss. He gets to be that. But with Turkey, the power structure, the deal structure, it might be different, and you're getting a flat number. Think like what if Turkey tells you, well, I got 100 for you, and Canelo figures, well, I can get 150, or I should get 150. That could be a rift between them because the deal
Got it.
structure would be different. It would be different with Turkey than it is with the PBC.
Yeah, it's like you gotta remember that interview he did with I think it was Big Boy. Well, I forgot who it was, but he said that he gets 90% of all sales. That includes food, beer, tickets, and all that shit from his fights.
So yeah, the deal structure could be a stumbling block, but you seen that, you sent them to me. So if the real underlying collapse of this fight is Crawford wanting to be on par with Canelo, it's not a debate. You fucked up this fight.
I still think they're gonna renegotiate.
We'll see if Crawford comes to his senses. You're 37 years old, bro. You don't got a lot of time to be playing around like this. You don't.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So the fight is off. What do you
I
think?
hope we move on, man.
He retires or goes for undisputed?
Personally, I think he retires. Personally, because he wasn't gonna. He said it. The quote is from him. He was not gonna have a fight between now and September. He was gonna go straight in for Canelo. Go smoke a fucking cigarette. This news is so disappointing. Fucking shit.
Yeah, I agree. I think he does retire because back rub's a pretty tough fight. Fundora's an awkward fight. At this point, is it worth risking your legacy? To take an L in at junior middleweight.
You don't think
I don't even know what to say.
You think he can
I
beat
would say
Fundora?
it's like. Oh, go ahead.
You don't think he can beat Fundora though?
Nah, because I
don't know.
I think Fundora wasn't even trying to fight him, to be honest.
I don't know. I mean, it's a very, very tough fight. I think it's a fight he can lose, and the back rub fight I think is another really, really, really tough fight. So maybe he's like, it's Canelo or bust.
He's looking to cash out, man.
Yeah, I agree. And
He's looking to
the
cash
guy's
out, bro.
the guy's begging for the fucking fight, and then you pull this shit when your fight with Madrimov did what 75 or 100,000 pay-per-views. Come on, man.
And I agree with Canelo. Like when he said that he had one good win against like Spence, but his
I
wrestling.
wouldn't go that far though.
What was that?
I think so, man. No,
He's had good wins. I feel like people said the whole Spence thing, and I said this when somebody tried to say in the chat a while ago. I said, if you're gonna go and say, okay, Crawford who beat Victor Postal, oh, that win isn't shit. Okay, then Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez must be garbage fighters then, because they struggled with Postal way more than he did.
Yeah.
If a win like
that's true, man.
Ricky Burns
on the way that he beat
Wait.
Spence, bro, was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just his most defining win, and if that's what you want to argue, fine. He has one popular win compared to Canelo's many popular wins.
But
career-defining wins. I'll say that. There we go.
Yeah, but again, I mean, yeah, he whooped the shit out of him, but Spence, in my opinion, was never that great. It's.
It was supposed to be Spence. It was supposed to be Spence Canelo.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous back in the day.
That was that was the original plan.
Well, but even before that, when people were saying that Spence could beat Canelo, that was a joke. That was just again hyping up the hype job.
Yeah, I just think that Crawford should be a little more active, man. But he's I don't know, man. Like I said, yeah, I think he's just trying to cash out, trying to find
You know what? At this point, just retire. Good for you. You had a great career. Don't fuck up your legacy.
Go ahead. Take it in. And yes, you're
No, and that is true. I mean, if it were to have it, if as a fan, if I were to have it my way, I'm like, just go for Fundora and ended up with Undisputed to make it more of a legacy thing, a 3-time Undisputed. But that's me as a fan. He is 37, so.
I don't know. I don't think he could do it.
I heard from people too. It's like some people are like, it's not even just going into the fight. It's the fact that at 37, you got to put yourself through another training camp and then another fight for another guy that maybe people will care about that I beat this time, and then after that, I got to do that shit again to go for Undisputed. And also, I got to win these fights after all. I got to get into the fight and actually win them too.
Yeah, unless he wants to go for Lara at 160 and become a would it be 5 division?
Times, yeah.
Nah, he's not.
I mean, he could,
Yeah,
but
he's not taking that fight. I don't think so.
I don't think that fight. I would say that fight's actually not that hard, but
they're both old. They're both boxers. I don't know if Lara has that power for Bud. That would be a fun fight.
He'll have the power, but he won't have the legs. He'll just be like stationary.
Yes, and that's how I see it. That's why I'm like, if you don't want to do Undisputed and you want to do one more fight for the fans, go for Lara and become a 5-time division champion.
Real quick, if you're Crawford, this is what you got to be thinking. People are already giving me shit because the Madrimov fight was so close. If he loses the Bakram, oh man, people are going to go to town. People are going to go to town on him that he was never that great and blah blah blah. So why risk it?
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, there's a reason why he didn't take on the Fundora fight when he was like the mandatory for him.
Yeah, I think he's ready to hang him up and wanted just one last payday, and it didn't work out.
That's another thing too. Like, I mean, I guess Jules kind of brought it up. It's like you can't really like you're in your head just go like, man, I was about to make the greatest bag of all time of my career against Canelo, and now that shit's gone. It's gonna feel like guys who like missed out on like Sugar Ray Leonard, just like cause an instant retirement.
I think that like that Spence fight happened a little later than it should have. And
yeah,
then
I agree.
By the time with his age, like it like he didn't really have a lot of options, I guess, because like I said, yeah.
No, but the other thing, what the other thing that dawned on me is that you're doing this stuff at a time where Canelo has alternatives to you, which makes it even more stupid when you think about it. That if you're haggling for more cash, you know that Canelo can walk away and go fuck off with Jake Paul. So you really need to come off of those demands,
Yeah,
Canelo has 5 options if you think about it.
I want to go back to something one of the guys said is all these PBC fighters are going to have regret. Fighters have regrets, but the ones that are going to have the most are these PBC fighters because a lot of them pissed away their careers. They could have made more money. Sad.
I mean, yeah. Shout out to Mr. T. It turns out Bud priced himself out. If it turns out Bud priced himself out, he's cooked. Well, that's based on what I just saw. Like I said, based on what I just saw, that is how it looks. Kingsley said, Jules, he didn't 50% with Errol. Shit sounds stupid. I don't know, bro, but the sources are pretty good. So that's all I could tell you. I don't want to out anybody, but the sources are pretty good, and I feel inclined to agree with that because I've seen it before. I feel inclined to agree with that because, hey, isn't that the atypical shit that whenever you involve an American fighter in a very big fight, they start thinking they're supposed to get everything that the other guy gets. That is how that seems to go. Whether it's a Teofimo or a Wilder, that is how it seems to go, isn't it? I wish I could show you all the shit, but I don't want to out anybody, like I said. But I'm starting to feel so inclined to believe that, like, yeah, you coming in here thinking you supposed to get whatever he get, and you're not dumb. You know that you don't generate what he generates. What are you doing?
What's crazy is that you would think that Bud's smarter than that.
I honestly would. That's the crazy. Like, yeah, I would have thought, like, you got to have some common sense at some point, bro. You 37. Yeah. You think you gonna get with Murtazaliev? Those are your alternatives. Murtazaliev and Fundora. You could fight them 3 times, and you probably won't get with Canelo.
Nah.
Maybe he got cold feet.
Yeah. He could fight all 3 of them, and it's still not going to add up to the payday that.
I just wonder if it's going to come out. It probably will, though. In all likelihood, it probably will, because at some point somebody's going to ask Canelo what happened. Somebody's going to ask Canelo or Eddie what happened. And if it comes out, if they repeat this, then I'll know. Like, bro, this dude want what I get. You bugging. I made more history in your country than you. The fuck? I
Yo, what's
literally,
up?
I hold the indoor attendance record in your country, not you. How
Yo,
you
what's
gonna
up?
get what I get?
I was gonna say, what's up with Tim Bradley, bro? This fucking dude is like just making shit out of his fucking ass. It seems like, bro. Like,
What,
The
like
shit is,
recently?
I don't really like, I don't like addressing the silliness and tribalism in the American boxing scene because it's gonna require me to say things that I don't really want to say. It's like what Crawford said about the black fighters. It's like you got to stop saying that dumb shit. Like y'all motherfuckers lose fights just like everybody else. Like white motherfuckers lose fights, Eastern Euro motherfuckers lose fights, Mexicans lose fights, Puerto Rocks lose fights. Like what type of time are you on? You know, it irritates me, but there's no way to address that without ruffling feathers or appearing in a way that I
right.
do not wish to appear. That I don't got nothing against nobody, but there's no way to address somebody else's
Yeah,
bigotry without bigotry.
if you are talking, for example, like the criticism that Tim Bradley can have of Canelo, for me that's similar to Juan Manuel Marquez criticizing Canelo. And the
Yeah.
reason is you were a fighter, you were a very good fighter in your time, but you weren't as good. Let's be honest, you weren't as good as Canelo. Now that's physical gifted in the way that Canelo could move 3, 4 weight classes without being knocked out. Canelo would have never been in a war that of that magnitude with fucking Provotikov. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I'm fucking sorry. And after that, and after that, Tim, I'm sorry. And after that, Canelo went in. It's now in his "I'm robbing the bank" phase. He's
Yeah.
making money, and I think it's gonna piss a lot of retired fighters because they never had that kind of phase that were could able to fucking sell thousands of pay-per-views with a bullshit opponent. I'm sorry, you didn't have that phase. Canelo's having it right now. You're seeing it live. Fucking fighting Edgar Berlanga. Who the fuck is thought that Edgar Berlanga was going to?
I did not.
No, but he sold. I'm not telling you he broke numbers, he broke records. No, but he's getting a really good piece of money from that.
he's in his Mayweather phase, bro, right now.
I'm just angry if this intel checks out. I'm kind of angry at I'm not kind of angry. I am angry at Terrence Crawford. That's just fucking stupid. That is just like, bro, you 37. You got a chance to win or lose a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know what the number was, but I know it was good. You 37, bro. What you trying to be out here fighting a Russian with pork chop sideburns for 10 mil? This is your shot, and it becomes more believable the more I settle in because it's like, yeah, this is what happens. This happens all the time. They want what he getting, and you not him. If you saying, oh, I want it because of the risk, bro, who the fuck asked you to take it? You the one who asked for this. Not Canelo. Canelo didn't go to Turkey. Yo, can I get a Crawford fight?
You know what's funny and it being on brand? I guarantee you, let's say Andre Ward came out of retirement, he would pull the same shit with Canelo.
Yeah, because it's a jealousy. Yeah, it's a jealousy thing, man. It is. It just is. Like, yeah, like y'all just mad at this dude but he earned it though. Like, he earned it. My motherfucker been fighting since he was 15 years old.
That's why when you
and look, I mean, like, and if he fought Bivol, I think Bivol will beat him again, low key.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I'm with you. Like, if he,
I would respect that. Like, I would. But
bro, I respect that he fought him. Period. Because Canelo is not a big dude for real. That dude is 5'7". The fact a dude that's 5'7" fought 2 champions at light heavyweight and David has yet to fight one. One.
It's the crazy shit is Canelo does stuff that the guys that want to fight him won't even do.
And I'm not trying to turn this into a Canelo love fest. I'm just angry.
Hey, Loki,
I'm mad at Terrence, like, to be real with you, because I'm like, yo, come on.
I was gonna say, like, I know it's kind of off topic, but I was gonna say, I mean, I would put Benavidez at number 10, because
No
like
way.
No, I
okay,
wouldn't.
but look,
No,
wait,
I
hold
wouldn't.
on. Let me finish. I mean, look at the guys that were in the top 10, like Teofimo, Jermel Charlo,
No,
Devin
wait a
Haney.
minute. No, you gotta
They're
you
they're
wait a
not they're
minute, wait a
not
minute. No, wait a
they're
minute.
not active.
Not that they're not active because Jamel hasn't been on mine in at least 2 years. And Teofimo, as much as I don't like him, he earned his spot. He did. He's a two-time Ring Magazine, two-time Lineal,
But for me,
former Unified.
for
David,
me,
the thing is,
it's like, what have you done lately?
And what has David done lately? He fought a guy with 11 fights and didn't knock him out.
He's active.
So what? He was active last year.
No, it's not even that. He only fought once last year. How is he active? He only fought once, and he only fought once this one.
Compared to those other 3 dudes, he's more active.
Tio fought twice last
Teofimo
year.
fought 2 times last year.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, it's true. My bad. Yeah, I fucked up. But look,
David is not.
Honestly,
David is not a pound for pound fighter. Like that's not. When your thing is I'm big and I throw a lot, that's literally the opposite of pound for pound. Like literally, that's the opposite. Your gimmick is that you're big, or at least your gimmick at super middleweight was that you're a big, strong guy. Pound for pound is not about being big and strong. Pound for pound is about being skilled. That even if they're bigger than me, Usyk is the poster child of that shit. That motherfucker's taller than me. That motherfucker's taller than me. He's longer than me. He got 50 pounds on me. He's a full heavyweight. I'm not. And I will beat him. Not once, but twice. With no advantages. The promotion is not behind me. Most of the pundits and the people are not behind me. Most of the belts I won on the road. I didn't have no advantages. That's pound for pound. That's pound for pound. Now, if your shit is, oh well, I'm big. I'm big. I be mauling motherfucker. That's literally the opposite of pound for pound. You're not skilled. You're big. That's not a skill. Big.
That knockdown was kind of like a low-key, like a trip, right?
No, it was a trip. It was. You could see it. It was the Southpaw Orthodox shit. Their feet got locked up, but when the punch hit them, it's like you could say it's a trip, right? You could say it's a trip. Because what really knocked him down was his feet was out of position when the punch landed, but it was still off a punch. So it's like,
now, like, and whose fault is that? That's Benavides for not knowing how to use his fucking feet.
Yeah, like that's what I see. What people saying that one, he wasn't hurt when he got knocked down. He wasn't woozy or nothing, but you could see it. It was the orthodox southpaw bullshit. Their feet got tangled up. So when Morrell got through with the shot, he was off balance. But it's still a knockdown, though. It is. Your feet being out of position is your fault, not his. That's not a mistake.
His shitty footwork.
Yeah, like
or shitty footwork.
I see what Glazer posting, but what the funny shit is, Jules, Canelo put the 200 million number out there months ago, so you already responded to him.
Yeah, I did. I had to, cause he's already on his bullshit, But I ain't, I ain't say a whole lot. I'm just saying sources are saying the opposite. They are. And I'm just waiting for somebody to ask Canelo or Eddie Reynoso what happened, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna tell him. I'm pretty sure, like I think if you're Canelo, you get tired of this. Bro, I know why you want to fight me, and it's not because you think you could beat me. To him, that's how he look at it. Like, you gonna talk a bunch of shit in the media. So when we get in here, you gonna run from me. Edgar ran from me. Jamel ran from me. He been talking shit about me for years, but when it's time for us to go, what you do? You ran from me, and I'm smaller than you are. I ain't a big guy. Why you running? Not a big guy. If I'm him, yeah, I'm gonna be irritated. I'm gonna be like, yeah. If y'all keep sucking my dick, y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all don't want to do nothing. Y'all want to fight each other. Y'all don't want to do nothing. You just want to suck my dick.
If he hears him say the black fighter thing again too, come on, he's gonna get even more irritated.
And the worst thing is that this is more of a long. This is the same shit that Jamel would. This is what they all say. So if it's like, yeah, if I'm Canelo, I'm probably running out of patience. So basically, y'all want me to fight every black fighter on earth so that y'all can all retire comfortably, because what you think I am is SSI. I'm not your fucking SSI check.
Well, back in the days, bro, like the only channels I knew was like Boxing Eagle. And then I realized this dude was like, apparently for him, no black fighter has ever lost to to a non-black fighter.
Hey, you would have never thought Duran
And
beat
I was like,
Leonard. You would have never thought Duran beat Leonard. You would have never thought Chavez beat Meldrick Taylor. You know, you never would have thought if you let these guys tell the story. They're like, that's not the story of boxing. Black fighters get their ass beat the same as white fighters, Mexican fighters, Puerto Rican fighters, Asian. Yeah, they get their ass beat. The fuck is you talking about? You seen what happened to Roger Mayweather when he fought Chavez? What happened?
Oh, no. Usyk lost to.
Did Michael Hunter beat Usyk because of what you saying? Nah, right? That didn't happen.
Nah.
Did Wilder beat Fury?
But that knockdown from what's his name? The dude that fought Usyk, the one that did the low blow.
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel Dubois. Was that low blow?
No, I mean, to me, look, I'll be honest. I've seen the footage over and over. I did countless videos on it. To me, that was a clear low blow. And I think that because James Ali Bashir was in his corner, that's what tells me it was a low blow, because he used to work with Usyk. And I think James Ali Bashir is the one who told him to hit him low. I think that came from him. I don't think that's a coincidence that you did that. It's odd. Understand, it happened quick, but you're taller than he is. It's very odd that you bend it at the waist and bend it at the knees and came from that low on a dude that's shorter than you. You don't gotta do that. Why you doing that? Looked to me like you was trying to hit him low. And I seen where the punch connected. The punch connected just at the border of the belt. Just at the border, the bottom border of the belt. Like, bro, honestly, when you swing that low and as tall as you are, because you're taller than him, it looked like you was trying to do that. Because why, you the taller guy, you don't need to bend at the waist and the knees to hit him in the belly. That don't look like it was what you was aiming for, to be real.
And I'll end with this on that. Like you said, Jules, Canelo has way more options than Bud. He can go back to PBC and get his little guaranteed 40 up front.
I'm mad at Bud, bro, honestly. And I'm mad that you topping off. I'm mad that you topping off this situation with the tired old trope of, bro, ain't nobody scared of you. You think Canelo's scared of you? After how you look with Madrim, bro, seriously?
I'll ask the question again. Did he get cold feet? Because, I mean, a la Wilder and AJ.
Greed, I don't think it's fear. I think it's greed, bro. Greed is powerful. Greed and entitlement are powerful. I don't think it's fear on either side. I don't think Crawford's afraid of Canelo, but I do think you're greedy. I do think that.
I don't think he's afraid, but I think he knows what he's in for and just trying to cash out. But
but here's the thing, though.
Maybe he decided it's not worth it.
No. Here's the thing. Like Steve Kim said in the Holyfield Tyson one, the money Crawford wants is in the rematch. Beat him.
Yeah.
Beat him.
Exactly.
You'll get Canelo's gonna have the rematch clause. Beat him.
Rick is saying it's not the case. We'll see how fast it takes him to change his tune. Because it's seeming more probable to me than not that it's that. It's like, yeah, that actually makes sense. I'm mad at Crawford now.
Yeah, well, in other good news, Espinosa didn't get the
He didn't get the job?
No, Rick did. We don't want the fucking weasel there. Keep him away.
No, I don't. I want the weasel out of boxing, bro. Like, go get out of boxing, bro. Just go do something else. Go be a lawyer or something. Get out of here.
Job? What job?
Some executive job at the Zone.
IQ. I still think like in a couple of days they're gonna be like, it's gonna be announced again. Like,
look, they could come back to the table. They could come. It is true. Like, that's a fair point. That it's still early. The story just broke. In 2-3 days' time, people could come to their senses. You know what I mean? Because sometimes slow, stupid motherfuckers, it takes a while for you to understand. You know that you don't fight Canelo at the price they gave you. The alternatives pay a lot less. So really, it's Canelo or retirement. What do you want to do?
He's got till May or June.
There's still time. There's still time to fix this. But yeah, you need to come to your senses because you're not Canelo. And I know that it's like that shit bothers a lot of motherfuckers to hear that. Like, yeah, you don't got as many fans as that dude. No, 600,000 people would not buy a pay-per-view of you and Edgar Berlanga. No, they wouldn't, bro. They would not.
They don't like it. How many fighters has Andre tried to help train to beat Canelo? 3? They
For
don't
real,
like his
he
jealousy.
all in the he all in the camp with Caleb Plant, towels and water and
I saw
Gatorade
him
and
in there
shit.
with David, bro. I cringed, bro. I was like, oh, bro, all right, bro. You gonna go to another one?
With that kid, it really is. And I'm not listen. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't live vicariously through him. I'm just calling a spade a spade. A lot of these guys are jealous of that kid. They are because he gets a lot of fucking money and he's got these fans that they love him whether he wins or he loses. And they know that, well, if I lose, they're gonna throw me in the garbage. Well, that's a tough titty, bitch. All your fans is looking for the next Mayweather. Maybe that's the problem. That the American boxing fan, a lot of these guys, they want you to be perfect. Yeah, no boxer is perfect, bro. None of them.
Yeah,
None of them.
none.
Not even Mayweather. Not even Mayweather.
They're
They're
not,
not
and they're
perfect.
not calling you to come golfing with them like Patrick Mahomes and Steph Curry. Like he's on another level, bro.
And they don't like that. Like I've been saying that they just don't like that. You know, it's a Mexican kid that he really the head honcho in this era of this period that we're in. That yeah, right now he's the big cheese, and you got to deal with it. And I just think honestly, I think a lot of them resent him for that because they don't want to respect it. But you don't have the money to disrespect it. You don't got the money, the manpower. You don't got the fan. Like you don't. It's more people at a Canelo weigh-in. Nah, I ain't gonna exaggerate. It ain't more people at his weigh-in than there is at your fight. But I'm saying, bro, he got
Well, it
records in
depends who
your.
he's fighting.
I'm saying, really?
Yeah.
But the real shit is be real. Yo, that dude got a record in your country. Do you? He got the indoor attendance record in your country. Why don't you have that? If you
Hey, but low key,
See,
like if he's gonna,
Canelo's
if
lucky
he's
he
gonna,
don't
if he's
got
gonna,
a
oh, go ahead, go
Capricorn.
ahead. Go ahead.
He's lucky he ain't got a Capricorn like in his corner whenever he's talking shit to him. Like, Canelo, fuck these dudes. Go fight Jake Paul and make him even
for
more
real,
mad.
I'll go fight Jake
No,
Paul.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, look, if he's gonna fight Jake Paul, I think next year, like, you know
I
what I
mean, I
mean?
don't rule out a Jake Paul because I don't rule out that fight at some point. It doesn't even have to be this one. It's just fiscally, it makes too much sense to do it. Fiscally, like, bro, you're gonna get fucking God knows how much money beating the brakes off of this balding white boy. Like you are though. Like, yeah, you are. You're gonna get a lot of money.
Jules, who would have thought that Rolly has more common sense than Crawford?
Not really. They had to spin the block for your dumb ass. Cause remember, you got knocked the fuck out. Trying to be smart. You know what I mean? But yo, Bud fucking up, man. Like, and I'm the more I think about it, the more it settles in. It's like, yeah, this is the typical shit that happens. It really is, because that's what we've been seeing year after year, depending on the situation. The American fighter always wants. That's why I say that in videos. If you let the fighter tell it, the fighter and his manager, which is why I don't feel sorry for none of them. If you let them tell it, it's always supposed to work out where you get more money. Even when it don't make no fucking like, bro, this fight is not worth that. Look at Teofimo. Yo, that shit never had to take that long, bro. That was just your ass being greedy. But if you let the fighters tell it, oh yeah, they always supposed to get extra because of my blood and sweat. Yeah, bro, nobody told you to box. Go be a fireman. Then. You're not a fucking soldier. You acting like you acting like a civil servant. You're not a DA or nothing like that. You chose this. So, you know?
That's why it's crazy how when you said that, when you put the numbers, like if Bud were to get a number at a flat rate of 50 million, I was like, even at 50 million, I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck what they're gonna pay Canelo? You're getting 50 fucking million.
For real, and you don't have nobody else. The kicker for me is, I understand the art of negotiating. I understand, but the way the Americans negotiate, it's like, yo, dog, you don't have an alternative. This is not a negotiation right now. This is tantamount to like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Ain't nobody else gonna give you 50. What, you know, just as an example, nobody else is gonna get you the dough that Canelo can get you. No one, bro.
Nope.
Yep,
So,
everyone wants that stimulus package.
so unless you got an alternative, and it goes back to the Brian Norman, because that's a more crude example that you turning your nose up at 1.5, you ain't about to make that on Michaela undercard, bro. You saying you're not. So you basically traded something for nothing. That don't make you smart. You're a fucking moron. God forbid that Cuevas gets in with a good one and you go down like you did 2 fights ago. I'm gonna shit myself laughing. If Brian Norman lose before you get to unify, that's gonna be the funniest shit of the year. you know? And it's shit like that, that the nothing you now have, the big fat nothing that you now have is not an alternative to what you were offered. What are you going to do with all this nothing that you got?
Yeah.
You going to go to Disneyland? Shit is crazy. I'm going to fucking go to sleep. I'm still disappointed, man. Fucking disappointed.
Have a good night.
I'll see y'all on the
All
next
right,
one.
man. Have a good night, man.